Yeah. What's good, yo? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk, where as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. Yo, I'm your host for tonight, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative. And as always, I got my man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Yo, what it do, man? It's your nigga Jesus Shutterworth the God, aka the GOAT artist, Mr. L to the B. It's Monday night basketball. It's Monday night boxing, nigga. The bestest sport in the whole entire world. Because when something great in boxing happens, everybody shuts down and they pay attention. No other sport captures everybody's attention more than boxing. And that's facts. You disagree, shoot the fade, nigga. But yeah, we in here, Ring Gang, radio.com forever. Let's get it. Monday night.
Yes, sir. Ring gang in the house forever and always. And as always, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
Hey, yo, what's good, y'all? You know who this is? Your boy King P. Bodega box in the building. Ring Gang Radio all day. Let's go. Monday night boxing. Shit, it's going to be a fun night tonight. We got some shit to talk about. You know what I'm saying? The computers is Putin. So Ring Gang is going to ring gang. You know what I'm saying? What we do best. Let's get it.
Computers,
Yes, sir. Hey, P, do we have anyone banned from the bodega? Because I'm pretty sure there's some people that should be banned.
Oh, yeah. Everybody on that fucking undercard, aside from Charles Conwell, is fucking banned because y'all.
The headliners.
The headliners. Sorry, the headliners are all fucking banned aside from Conwell because y'all are some fucking trash. No fucking y'all damn near put me to sleep before the fucking main event with y'all struggle ass fucking fights. I had to go out.
The Barboza fight did put me to sleep. Actually,
I walked out after 6 rounds to go get drinks and go get food. Is because I was not trying to watch that shit no more. I was tired. Muffin Top Beck was fucking, that shit was fucking trash. What's his name? Scrappy Ramirez. Yeah, let me tell you.
He wasn't ready.
Take the S out of Scrappy, and you have my exact opinions of Scrappy Ramirez. Take the S out. Crap.
He wasn't ready.
Scrappy was literally selling the undercard because everybody's like, well, the Scrappy fight is going to be good. And then he fights, he gives like a mid performance. So it's
that shit. I would rather watch Scrappy do than Scrappy Ramirez.
God damn.
Let me at him.
That's more entertaining than this motherfucker. And I looked up to see what he was, and sure enough, he's Honduran. God damn, all these Hondurans right now can't get their shit right. What the fuck?
Scrappy really fumbled. He fucked up his title opportunity, but he'll be back. I mean, maybe we'll see.
He said maybe.
We'll get more into it on the card. Shout out to Conwell though. Conwell did his thing.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Charles Conwell, man. And last but certainly not least, I got my other man with me. I'm gonna let him introduce himself.
It was really fly. It's your boy Conscious Pilot, the West Coast Avenger, preparing for liftoff. Ring Air Radio, we got a big one coming down, man. Pause. No Diddy. Let's get it.
I'm about to say, I was like, what? Nigga, this is 10:30. You got to watch your English, bro.
But that's fuck, the Shogun finale tonight.
Yeah,
my bad. It just hit me.
Yeah, that'll be tomorrow for me. I need to watch that shit tomorrow. But yeah, no, that's Conscious Pilot. He stays elevated above the clouds, you dig? But we gave some, our few opinions on the Golden Boy card. We'll get to that in a minute. But I just want to, again, though, because I always shill them OTX cards, bro. You gotta watch them. Like, they're on the Zone and they have a YouTube. Like, the cards on there, like, if for old school boxer heads, if you were a fan of KO Nation back in the day, that's what OTX boxing is. Like,
hey, shouts out to Brent Adams. I was happy he got that KO. I didn't expect that shit because Villarreal's tough. I see Villarreal on all these club cards, giving work. You know what I'm saying? And he got bodied.
Brent Adams. Shout out to Brent Adams. Coming back like he didn't fucking leave, and he bodied dude with a vicious body shot. Like, that shit was mad audible. Like, that's the shit they teach you. It was textbook, man. Shout out to. Hopefully that maybe he gets his shit together.
Off a 3-year layoff, bro. I mean, hopefully he wins this tournament because they're doing this little tournament thing.
And they had the first 154 fight on there, and of course it was one because 154 is the GOAT division, and of course the first tournament fight there was a fucking war, So again, shout out to it. That was a beautiful brawl, but especially I gotta give a smooth shout out to a gatekeeper that you've seen them on Golden Boy cards, you've seen them on PBC cards, you've seen them on Top Rank cards, you've seen them on Matchroom cards. Dakota Linger. Like Dakota Linger is most famously known for possibly ending the career of Josue Vargas, brutally, because Josue Vargas hasn't fought since, and he's given a hard fight, and he basically
Ain't no possibly about it. That
he did put it. Josue Vargas. Like, honestly, if he's still on a Top Rank roster, I'll be fucking shocked.
No, he's not. He's not. He's not. He's venturing into other business we're not going to talk about.
Yeah. Nigga, I almost forgot about that shit, nigga. Like,
no, I heard him on a. He called like some club card, but yeah, he's done.
Yeah. That dude's career is like all but dead though. But Dakota Linger, like I say, dude. Like, he's one of the ones like if you have a prospect or someone who's not on their shit tonight, Dakota Linger will come into that ring and give you some problems, give you major problems, and Kurt Scobie. Now, Kurt Scobie has been a prospect, and he's a good one too. I mean, he has the tragic backstory. He was a former football player, which was strike one. I know LB is like football player. Oh, that's all I need to know.
He was also 28 because I used to compare him and Ernesto Mercado, but I realized Mercado's like 22 and he's like 28. You know what I'm saying? So
no, Mercado is a far better fighter, but Scobie
both at 140. The same similar position in a sense. Fighting on these lower level.
Yeah, I mean, Scobie kind of got into. Scobie got on naturally because he bodied Hank Lundy in 2 rounds. Last year. So it's like, dude is what, he was 13-0 with 12-0 with 11 knockouts. Like, dude looked like he was going to be a problem at 140 at some point though. But, dude was acting like the Joker, talking about asking Dakota why so serious and shit like that. Well, nigga, that you found out why that nigga was so serious too. Because after 2 rounds, Scobie gasped from the pressure and Linger put hands on him. Like, real, like, if you ever seen Linger fight, because dude, Linger comes from the tough man circuit. So, that motherfucker, like, he doesn't, like, he throws all these weird punches and he pushes you and he wrestles you into the corners, into the ropes, and throws hard.
He's that new, what's that guy's name that was upsetting everybody a few years ago? He was a former
Clay Collard?
Yeah, he's basically the new Clay Collard, yeah.
Yeah, basically, yeah, true. Like, there's not really much of a difference, except Linger has a better record.
and the ref was, that ref might have been a little worse than the Harvey Doc because
the ref was given because Scobie is signed by Lou. That's a Lou DiBella fighter.
No, I heard OTX signed for OTX supposedly signed like an 8-fight deal, but now it's like so they try to but they couldn't because Scobie just. He was gassed, too much.
Yeah, he was gassed, and he was just catching shots, and then he was landing Dakota Linger land 5-6 punch combinations, and then after snapping his head back on the ropes in the 6th round, they stopped it, and like I said, gambling wise, that's the biggest upset this year because Linger was plus 1,600, Scobie was a minus 5,000 favorite. He was 50-1. In that fight, like he was supposed to win that fight, so he's on the ring. He's so if you put money on Linger anyway, you made out like a fat rat. And I think some people actually did. Cause I remember I saw some people on Twitter actually posting that they actually putting some money on him. So again, shout out to Linger, man. Like I said, boxing. We always say, there's always the stars and stuff like that, but the gatekeepers, man, like you got to shine a light on them. Linger. Obviously will probably be signed for more OTX cards though. But yeah, like you can't sleep on the gatekeeper. If you're not on your shit, if your skills are not where they need to be, your condition is not near where it needs to be, then you're going to get upset.
To the Bella.
Yeah, if you sleep on head cases that look like they're gonna throw the fight, don't sleep on them either. Like enough of this other shit. Let's talk about what everybody want to fucking talk about, which is this goddamn Haney Ryan Garcia shit.
Upset of the year. Obviously.
Upset the year. So yeah, salute to that. But yes, now to Golden Boy. Like I said, if you sat through the undercard and you made it through the undercard, give yourself a round of applause. Because with the exception of, as I said, remember, with the exception of Charles Conwell, who bodied Gallimore in the fashion he was supposed to, man. Beck the Bully spoiling on the vine. Debembe, his opponent, was hitting him hard because Beck the Bully wasn't bullying as like he used to. Scrappy.
Yeah, that Rosado fight fucked his head up because now he's not aggressive. It's like you can't call yourself the bully if you're not gonna bully niggas.
Right, but
you're just Beck. You're Beck to just be there. You're Beck the stander or some shit. Like
Oscar needs to probably do something with it before he catches another upset. Scrappy, of course, lost his interim belt. I mean, that was supposed to be the best fight, but Scrappy just seemed like he didn't know what to do with Jimenez. Like Jimenez pretty much dictated the ass whooping that he got. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he fought behind him all night. Like he wasn't first. He just kind of let dude. He landed some shots. He made it a fight, but it just he underperformed like a motherfucker at that shit.
Yeah,
so he tried to box him, and then when it didn't work, he tried roughhousing, bullying tactics, and that didn't work either. So he lost on both ends.
Yeah,
and then he wasn't countering enough to really make that work either. So it's like, what the fuck you doing?
No, I mean that's a sign of someone who didn't spend enough time in the amateurs. You know, it's like that. And funny thing is, like the fact that he actually made it to an interim title is actually amazing. But yeah, he should have. Dude should have. Yeah, dude probably should have lost earlier, and yeah, he lost.
I don't even think the amateur shit got nothing to do with it. Like these motherfuckers don't want to throw punches no more. That's what it is. That's the biggest glaring flaw in American boxing right now. These niggas don't want to throw punches. Like that's it.
Mm-hmm. And and Conwell, see, that's why it was refreshing to see Conwell, because Conwell was letting them hands fly against Gallimore. Like there was no bullshit.
It took him a little bit, but yeah, he was giving it. I mean, Gallimore's his best is definitely past him.
Yeah. And then that Barboza fight. I'm sorry, Barboza, you're facing someone who's a lighter puncher than you, and you couldn't do nothing with that kid.
He got overshadowed because I mean, at first it was looking good for Barboza, but I felt like overall McComb won 8-4 clearly. But
no, McComb won that fight clear.
8-4, maybe 9-3.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't a 12-rounder.
Oh, it was 10.
Yeah, it was 10.
Okay, yeah. Well, it was a
10-rounder.
It was like 7-3 for the British guy.
Yeah, no. McComb won that shit easy. Like, and it was just like, so yeah, it was Barboza. See, this is the thing with Barboza. Barboza is not stopping his opponents. Although he stopped his last one. That's cool and all. But Barboza, if he wants to be like the champions are not gonna really give him a shot if he's not performing the way he needs to be performing. Like it seems like now more and more that Saucedo fight is just an aberration because dude was trying to put Saucedo away. Like he tried. I mean,
but the Saucedo, bro. I mean, Saucedo's there to be hit. Like if you don't try to put Saucedo away, it says more about you than Saucedo.
I mean, eventually he did put him away, but I'm not gonna go more than
He's spoiled on the. Yeah, I mean, like the thing with Barboza is I call him boring Boza, whatever you want to call him, because he's inside the ring, outside the ring. I mean, he was literally on top rank as the number in a high standing. You know what I mean? Obviously in the WBO, he couldn't get a fight. He couldn't get a big fight. You know what I'm saying? And everything. You know what I'm saying? And every time, I mean, he's a good fighter. He's like a poor man. I don't say Jose Ramirez. Jose Ramirez has accomplished stuff, but I'm saying he's just a guy that is just there.
We never know how good he is because he never had that true step up 50-50, 60-40 type of fight. Yeah. And the way he fights, bro, it's just so uninspiring.
He went life and death with Gorilla Zoe. Like this guy.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. He went the distance with Zoe. Right? Well, I mean, so did Regis, but you know what I mean.
And then that's the thing. It's like, bro, like Barboza is just not interesting. Like he's not interested outside the ring, inside the ring. If you're not a big puncher, you better Sam Solomon niggas out here. Like, be throwing hands. Like these guys don't do that. Like,
yeah, and then you allow a guy that has even less power than you just box you up. And the optics. First of all, I mean, shout out to Pete for actually being there alive and damn not falling asleep during that fight. But watching that, it was just a horrible watch because Barboza, it's supposed to be a big signing for Golden Boy, and he laid the fucking egg. So it's like
that shit KO'd me because that shit had me going to sleep.
I'd say that's the guy. Maybe give Barboza versus Barroso next, maybe, or the Jose Ramirez, because the Jose Ramirez fight was supposed to be there on top rank for years. So I'd say just give Barboza that fight, see what happens, or give him Barroso at this point.
Ugh. I mean,
you still got to use him.
fights.
You still gotta use them. You know how Oscar is. You know, you still gotta use that motherfucker somehow.
But see, it's not using them. It's like, yo, like Barbosa is one of these niggas where
still undefeated.
It's been time to put him in a damn 50-50, like maybe he's the underdog type of situation to see how he could swim.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because other than that, if you just keep giving him these mid-Carter type fights, he's just gonna keep having these mid-level performances, and he's low-key spoiling on the vine like he a prospect, and he's a full-grown contender for years.
Right. Yeah. So yeah, they need to do something because like if you're gonna put him in a fucking co-main, you better put him in there with an interesting fucking co-main opponent, not someone.
Yeah, they don't know how to promote dude because dude is just so uninteresting.
He's so boring. Do you remember that fight where him and his dad were literally begging for attention from T.O. and T.O. would pay him no mind at all? Like,
yeah, like bro, like he's one of those niggas like Barbosa, one of those dudes who should have already like got some antics going, get some like people to really like spread his message. Like he just needs to really just be on social media, calling this nigga out, being at these fights, content, just out there. Like he need to be like how Tarver was to Roy Jones.
He's been
like,
he's been on Twitter lately.
You're not doing enough either way to fucking make these big fights, bro.
Yeah, he's been on Twitter. He's been on doing damage control. Luckily, that robbery.
Dude, he's been look. That's the fucked up part. He's doing more damage control than he ever does promoting his fights and his brand. No one gives a fuck after you done had the boring ass fight.
Also, it's overshadowed because obviously of the main event. If if that's let's just say if the main event won like we thought it was, I felt like that. Obviously, this would be bigger news in boxing, right? In a sense, but because it was a bad.
It would, but at the end of the day, we'd forget about it in 10 minutes because this is Barbosa.
It's really bad. Yeah, exactly. It was a really bad robbery, but nobody cares about Barbosa, so maybe that's
Now, if Barbosa would have got knocked out, or if he would have knocked somebody out, that'd have been better for him.
Yeah, like you'd be able to actually make highlights. I mean, I don't think there's no highlights of that fucking fight on the YouTube.
Nobody wants to see that motherfucker fight. Like, bro, like, dude, this is why I don't complain when niggas be on some, oh, no one's paying attention. Oh, promoters don't promote. Like, bro, you got something to do about that. Like,
right.
Thank God. But yo, fuck this. Let me get the comments real quick before we keep going. Blazing Killer, what it do? Sup, Ring Gang in the building. Rob D, what's going on, Ring Gang? This shit was crazy. Indeed it was. Android, what it do? What's going on? What a weekend of boxing. Yup. Blazing Killer, OTX 154 tournament gonna be interesting.
Hell yeah.
Pot shot heaven.
Yeah.
Barbosa laid an egg. It wasn't a golden one. Bill using the what up, Miss Bitch? Bill Haney using the we were kicked out the gym, so we trained in the streets excuse. But hold on, they don't got. I thought you had gyms in private school. I ain't pronouncing that. Like, damn, your hair grew. Devin got that ass whoop. Braid their hair to manage it. Grows fast. I know this is the little down period. You know what I mean? The braids is coming soon, man. Braids coming soon. But so Pat, y'all, I want to hear what y'all got to say about this fucking fight. I know what I got to say. I want to hear what y'all.
Yeah, so obviously, then it goes to the main event, and like I said, because with the co-main, like you can literally hear crickets in the audience, like it was so fucking deadly. It was so silent. I was just like, God damn. So now pretty much everything, everyone woke up for the main event with Devin Haney and Ryan Garcia. Now, obviously, there was controversy in the beginning as Ryan blew weight, which is the theme of this fight, and it is a major theme, no matter how much people want to downplay it. But
no, the badass fucking defense and offense Haney had as a theme of this fight.
No, but in terms of the weigh-in, obviously Haney, he weighed in as he's supposed to, but
both them niggas supposed to be at 147. Fuck that shit. Y'all keep making this big deal about 3 fucking pounds when this nigga was looking like he was 160.
3 pounds is still 3 pounds, nigga. No one should be over 3 pounds. They didn't even let him try to lose weight because it was too dangerous.
It was too dangerous. I mean, yeah, I get the weight thing.
Dude, but 3 pounds, fuck that shit, nigga. If you're bitching about 3 pounds, then you probably deserve that ass whooping, bro.
I get the weight thing, but I'm sorry, though. No, I mean, I get it in a sense, but that's not the main reason why That's not the main reason.
Thank you.
No, it's not the main
I
reason,
get it, but it's nowhere should it be talked about as much niggas is talking about it. Like both these niggas look like they was drained, like they need to be at 147. Especially Haney. Haney punch resistance has gone down because he's draining his body to fight at these weights he's too big at.
No, but the messed up thing was even after Ryan blew weight or whatever, usually he's supposed to put a second weigh in, like 10 pounds. You can't weigh 10 pounds over this. And Haney, this is where Haney kept. This is where they fucked up on that. They didn't do any of that. Like they could have forced that, and they did. And this is where
because they was gonna be big as fuck them damn selves. That's the thing.
Yeah,
it was gonna be big.
So even did you see Eddie Hearn's interview? They did, like the team Haney didn't want to fucking do a morning win because
Haney wouldn't have to do a morning win. It would be for Ryan to do it because Haney made weight. He wouldn't have to do a second.
Okay, that was both for Haney and Ryan, but
no,
either way,
it was only gonna be for Ryan because Ryan blew weight because it was supposed to. But
Haney ain't gonna push the issue and care about it because he knew he was gonna be like 165, 162 or some shit.
Yeah, I mean,
they overlooked the whole thing. They overlooked Ryan dropped. If you listen to Devin call him a C+ fighter, all this shit nonstop, they overlooked it. They thought they had it in the bag.
They did. And see, and honestly, bitching about the 3 pounds is the only way they could get sympathy from niggas. No, y'all took this man for granted, and y'all got y'all shit pushed back.
This was a cherry gone wrong. This was a cherry gone wrong to me.
Cherry pick gone wrong. You know what? Nobody wants to say that. This was a cherry pick gone wrong. But y'all picked a mentally unstable nigga.
And the only reason why he does it is because of the weight issue. Because if Ryan made the weight, you would see it was a cherry pick gone wrong. And this is
it was still a cherry pick. 3 pounds don't make no difference like that when it comes to fucking skills.
There are
so hold on. So every time you get hit with a left hook, you're saying, "Oh goddamn."
It made 8.
I should have fucking. I wish this nigga made weight because this punch hurts more. But I could have just ducked.
It wasn't the only thing because we've seen fights.
It was
we've watched enough fights that where people.
Nigga, it don't matter, dude. Y'all niggas bitching about this goddamn weight. Where's this nigga defense at? Where this nigga defense at?
No, if it's
this nigga he pound for pound top 10, right? Why he walking like a goddamn bum?
So let me. I'm gonna just go into this. I don't mean to interrupt y'all going back and forth. What I'll say is this, and this is something that like I've noticed from Haney for a while, and I kind of let it go with what's his name, with JoJo and as well with Loma, but it didn't go past me with Haney. And I'm not saying that Haney has shitty defense. What I will say is that his flaw is a lot like these other USA boxing guys that Haney needs to be at mid-range to control the distance. If he can't control the distance at mid-range and somebody closes in on him, his defense is not good. We've seen him when people close the distance. He backs up. He can't get his shots off on the inside. He'll clinch. Like, he doesn't know what to do. He's not as effective on the inside. Hitchens the same way. Shakur is the same way. We saw it with Shakur and De Los Santos. Once De Los Santos closed the distance, Shakur looked like a damn fool trying to like hop back, literally hopping back. Same with Lemos and Hitchens. This is an issue with these guys that if they can't control the distance, they're food. They can be hit. And with Ryan, see, the thing with Ryan is Ryan's style actually, because Ryan's a big guy. And like Devin is like 5'8". Ryan is like 5'9", 5'10". And even at mid-range, he's right there for Ryan. He's right there. And that was the issue because Devin was trying to, you know what? I'm going to show that I'm levels above him. And he started just trying to style on him and throw combinations, not realizing the more he throws, the more he's leaving himself right in the line of fire for Ryan, and he couldn't get out the way enough. And it's weird because Ryan telegraphs his left hook a lot, but for some reason, this motherfucker couldn't get out the way because he's trying to style on him and in mid-range, leaving himself wide open for a left hook, which he's susceptible anyway. That's the punch that people always land on him.
There's a couple things though. I mean, I always felt Haney's defense was a little overrated. Like to me, I think coupled with trusting the chin, I think Tank has better defense. Some guys have better defense than him. I just think, I feel like, and also credit to Derek James, because I think Derek James does a good job of honing in those skills. Ryan, the left hook is telegraph. You can see it coming, but he mixed it up with the right little bit, did the jab feint. He was, I saw some improvements. Obviously, there's still some flaws.
No, there's plenty of flaws. But what Derek did was, and we talked about this in the preview too, is like when we're talking about the 730 breakdown, is Derek James was going to have to make him more offensive. Like we said that if Ryan boxed with Haney would have washed him. Like but we said that he had to be more offensive. Like he had, because this is where Ryan's physical intangibles had to come into play, because that would be the 30% that would actually give him a chance in the fight.
To me, hey, you go ahead, go my fault, Pat.
And Derek created the play. Because and that was the weird thing. I mean, outside, I won't go more into the weight thing, but in terms of the thing, it was just weird to me that Haney got blasted with the left hook in the first round, which was and I get it. Ryan has fast hands too, and he has power. But goddamn, put your hand up. He didn't do any of that shit, and I think that might be machismo right there. But the second that he got blasted by a left hook, dude should have, and he didn't have his legs underneath him, and his legs never looked steady after that left hook. But it seemed like there was nothing. He wasn't getting nothing in his corner. He wouldn't put his hands up. Fucking Bill Haney is telling him to duck under like he's fucking Tank is 5'5". Tank can duck under a left hook and counter. They're the same. They're the same fucking height. Put your fucking hand up or move backwards away from the left hook. It's not like Ryan is leaping into that left hook. And that was the shit. And he never made the adjustment. And that was the shit that had me like, what the fuck? Ryan
came to fight. Haney came to box.
Yeah. But the funny thing is too is Haney did win rounds with the boxing. The rounds where, because one of the Ryan's biggest mistake in the fight was when he knocked down Haney, he wouldn't go for the kill. He'd go out, and then afterwards he just kind of go back into what he's doing, and he lets Haney quote unquote get back into the fight and try to box. And that was Ryan's biggest mistake, because I think it was the first knockdown was the one where where Haney was getting up ass up from the canvas. I'm thinking to myself, that's memed up now. That nigga was gone. That nigga was out there. That nigga was slinked. It looked like his leg. Someone say he looked like a paraplegic trying to get onto a wheelchair.
I'm gonna be honest.
And I'm just what? And I could get that out of my head. I'm like, yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. As someone that was there, I didn't think he was getting up. I legitimately did not think he was getting up. I was like, what the fuck? The way he just fell down like that, I was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I from the TV, it didn't.
Nigga was falling like Michael Grant, bro. When Michael Grant used to fall, you think the world would end. You're like, God damn, this big ass nigga Timber. This nigga was falling bad.
Dog, that first left hook. I don't know what
the first round, and he walked right into it.
And I'm saying that first left hook, the whole game plan got threw out the window. I mean,
he never recovered.
I'm not trying to toot my own horn. I did say that Ryan has one of the better left hooks in the business, but to me, clearly, it shows Ryan's timing, speed, and power is, I won't say elite, but it's pretty.
All right, so here's my rebuttal to that. All the niggas who say Ryan Garcia has the best left hook, even if it's overrated, and it is it really your look? That's like a nigga taking a big fucking 18th century French cannon and pointing it at you.
Mm-hmm.
And you're in the middle of a fucking field.
Okay.
And you're seeing this nigga light this shit, and you're seeing the fucking string.
But
the wick.
He mixed
it on fire and it's burning.
He mixed it up well in this fight a little bit more.
You're not deciding to move out of the way of the cannon. Now the cannon's heavy. Two niggas gotta fucking damn push the cannon into your direction.
Right.
And so you got ample amount of time to move out the way.
Mm-hmm.
And if the cannon still hits you, you just a slow motherfucker or something.
Mm-hmm.
Now, remember, they're using that old-ass cannon in 2024. Nobody would dare say, oh, that cannon is one of the most lethal fucking weapons. No. Same thing, dude. If you're running into this motherfucker, if this nigga's throwing it and damn near not even trying to hit you with it, he's just to get you off of him and he's hurting you, That's more on you than his hook being that great. Like remember, this the best opponent Ryan Garcia landed that hook on and did damage to. This ain't like Trinidad where he's doing that shit to elite guys back to back. But hold on, let me hit these comments real quick again. Hey Lukey, what it do? What it do? Salute.
Lukey.
Much love. Oh, Chris Brand, what it do, cuz? Haney's not that guy. He's Winky Wright with shittier defense. Dude, how dare we disrespect a Florida legend like Winky Wright? Yes, he has shittier defense, but look, dude, whenever we talk about Winky Wright, there's two things he's GOAT for. The defense and that jab. Haney don't have neither one.
Yeah, Haney's more Pauly. I hate to say it.
No, he's not. And I feel like you're trying Pauly now because at least Pauly gonna give you a jab for 70% of the fight.
Yeah.
Haney can't even give you a consistent jab for 70% of the round.
Yeah.
And mind you, now I know there's people who's gonna say every time Haney tried to get the jab going, Ryan would counter. Bull fucking shit. You know how I know? You can play rewatch that fight and get you a bottle and play a drinking game, but every time Haney fucking follows Ryan Garcia around and just stares at him, even when he has him in the corner, ropes, it don't matter.
You'd be drunk.
You don't follow a nigga and don't jab him.
Yeah, but
y'all niggas old enough. Y'all seen George Foreman on them HBO broadcasts saying, should never, you see his broad shoulders, should never follow a puncher around. Like,
yeah.
Haney, look, we talk about, a lot of Ryan's mistakes are mistakes he made in the gym. They just manifest in the fight again. Like, because you are who you are when you train. If you train how you fight, you fight how you train. Haney's mistakes are some, like, oh my God, like, in-game house, like, you don't see this shit?
Yeah, it was like really bad too. And then because Ryan was getting off the shots because he had faster hands, all Haney was doing was clinching repeatedly over and over and over.
And getting blasted every time.
Yeah, it's like,
dude, this nigga was hurt like 9 times in a 12-round fight.
That was bad.
And I'm saying that's 9 times minimum.
What was the phrase? So real quick, let me ask y'all. I want your honest opinion. Because usually Harvey Duck's a good referee, but I'm not gonna lie. I felt like Bill Haney might have threw him some cheese a little bit with some of the. I don't know, man. Because I felt like Haney was doing some Katie Taylor shit in the second half of the fight without a warning. I don't know.
I mean, I will say
they both were doing bullshit. Harvey Duck's a really good ref. This was not his finest.
Taking the point from Ryan, not warning Haney.
No.
The point was bullshit. And honestly, Harvey Duck was biased as fuck against Ryan Garcia. Horrible ref job. Haney was holding too goddamn much. And a lot of the shit that niggas said, oh, Ryan Garcia did dirty shit, was in actual retaliation shit, was in spur of the moment, like, you're nigga do something, you're like, rah. That's the type of shit Ryan was doing. Haney was clinching.
I didn't have a problem with the deduction, with the point deduction, because motherfucker was a clear hit on the break.
It was a clear hit on the break.
Dude, but fucking Doc, okay, that's Harvey Doc couldn't control the fight.
But in the round,
he tried breaking them niggas up too late, and he never, dude. He was in favor. I felt like we was watching a goddamn
Kenny Bayless
who's that nigga fight. Like I felt like he was at a damn Arthur Abraham fight the way he was on this nigga dick.
Nah, he was being OD, like like people say Kenny Bayless was with Floyd. He was kind of being that.
He was worse than that. At least Kenny Bayless at least called a more fair fight. He may lean toward Floyd, but it's more of a fair fight. Like it's an even.
Shutter. There were like 2-3 times, I swear to God, Haney was in serious trouble. I feel like could have been stopped, but Harvey,
of course,
but Harvey kind of slickly. Give him some time.
He knew what he was doing, bro. He knew what the fuck he was doing, dog. I can't stand that shit. Like, he knew what he was doing. Like, honestly, the fight was supposed to be over in the 7th. He cost Ryan Garcia an extra knockdown, just like that one ref caused Provodnikov a knockdown with Bradley. Like, it's real shit, bro. Like, look, and I'll expand on this shit. King P said, Because I've been saying this shit since the Hitchens shit. Even the time when we were talking about the Brandon Lee and Hitchens poll, to a Twitter poll. Dude, the young American boxing system, I know Pat said it in the chat, we've definitely lost recipes. Mm-hmm. We've lost some motherfucking recipes. Because the defense consists of, if a nigga throw a right hand, you duck and just grab him. There's no rolling it. There's no blocking it. There's no slipping it. There's nothing. It's just
who parries? Nobody parries these days. It seems
nobody parries, bro. Like, oh my, like, dude, like, and I'm living this shit. I'm seeing it. My students are calling this shit out.
And the funny thing is, and like I said, and this is where I say with the American system, like, I mean, there's stuff. I mean, there are a few that still like Crawford does it, Tank does it. They do this. But like they're the minority, which is shouldn't be this way. Yeah, like
dude, I'll give more credit to a dude like Osaki Foster, who nobody gonna dick ride his skills or say he's pound for pound this or he the best. No one's gonna say none of that shit. But when you don't have the skills, you gotta awaken something else in you to even the playing field.
That's facts.
And if you don't have the skills, motherfucker, you better have that goddamn grit and activity. And one thing about Foster, he could be getting outboxed, he could be getting his ass whooped, nigga. He could be going life and death. When that shit is on the motherfucking line, he's gonna dig deep and put you down or hurt you and throw fucking hands.
Hey, like Ray Ford.
Haney didn't do that. Look, you're talking about two niggas in their fucking prime, 25 years old. These niggas can't even muster 300 punches in 12 rounds.
Yeah, this is the first time the Haney stuff. This is the first time Haney's ever fought somebody at his size, young guy. You know what I'm saying? His age. It's kind of, it's pretty. I mean, I know the whole weight thing, but
it's underwhelming, bro. Ryan didn't do nothing special. It's just like the Lemos. Niggas is trying to be like, oh, the Lemos is damn elite, brother. He's the Epo or some shit. Like, no. So like Ryan Garcia just got quick hands. Yeah. He still has his fucking chin up. One thing I'll call out that both these niggas was doing stupid. That godforsaken shoulder roll Ryan Garcia was doing.
Yeah, and because he was getting him blasted, he was getting Kenny's blasted to oblivion. Like, and they're legal shots too. But this is where
he was. Now here's how Devin fucked that up. He got away with it a few times at first. Brother got away with a decent amount of times, but then he didn't try nothing else. He tried to cheese with it. Because one of my students pointed this out, was like, "Yo, how come Haney just didn't step around to get in front of Ryan and start punching him?" I'm like, yeah. Why didn't he just throw a left hook and pivot and just stay on in front of Ryan and he hit him right there?
I think he tried that once, and that was that. I think he did it.
But when he did the other shit, what happened? Ryan eventually started countering out of it, and he actually caught Devin Haney with one. Then he caught him with the left hook, and he started bouncing combos off this motherfucker. Like, dude, like it was so like Ryan has so many mistakes that if you sleep in a Mayweather gym, you supposed to see them shits.
Right. And it's not
if you just fucking like come on, man. Like that's what I'm disgusted about. Niggas is stuck on the 3 pounds. I'm stuck on the lack of skill and judgment.
I mean, he was there. He was a prodigy with Floyd and Floyd Senior or whatever. And Zab Judah, was he was Zab Judah.
Oh, okay. Blazing Killer. All right, I just seen your comments. I just scrolled down. Shutter. We had this convo on Twitter about Haney establishing jab. He was trying to establish it. Haney didn't want to put the jab out there often because he was afraid of what was coming back to him.
Which is true.
But hold on, wait. If you're the better fighter, why are you afraid? Haney make technical mistakes when throwing his jab, leaving the left hook available always. Speed over reactionary defense.
Is he the better fighter?
But hold on, wait. Y'all saying this shit, but nobody explaining why Devin Haney's not throwing the jab when Ryan Garcia's not doing anything. Ryan Garcia isn't some Keith Thurman type of fucking drop on a dime counter puncher in motion move. He's not one of those guys. He has to set his feet, and sometimes he just waves his hands.
Now,
There was so many times when Devin Haney, all he had to do was step in with a hard jab, and he would have got jabs to the body. He would have scored and sent Ryan to the ropes, and he would never do it. He's literally in front of Ryan Garcia, just looking at him for like 25 seconds at a time.
Yeah, and the reason why he did that is
nobody has no explanation for that. Y'all keep saying establish the jab. Establish the jab isn't just when you're in mid-range right in front of the opponent. No, this is where ring generalship comes in. When you're just jabbing. You're jabbing trying to set shit up. You're jabbing closing distance. You're jabbing when you're backing up. You're jabbing to the side. Like, goddamn, do y'all motherfuckers watch boxing?
Like, the only reason why it was like this and why he did this too is this is flat out machismo, because he was trying to bank on Ryan gassing out because of the weight. Because that was his version of pressure.
Then that's his fucking fault. Because people don't gas out when you stare at them. People gas out when you make them work. Devin Haney didn't make this nigga work. And you know why?
He didn't make him
because
work.
Devin Haney is too big for 140 his damn self. That's why his punch output is so horrible. Look, if Devin Haney, I ain't gonna lie. We say this about Broner all the time. I'm gonna say it tonight. If Devin Haney would have threw 500 punches, he wins this fight.
But
it's simple.
Yeah, but
the thing is, but that left foot,
he ain't had to do nothing special.
That first left foot, whatever Haney's game plan was, that first left foot changed it. And you heard it in the corner when they were interviewing Bill Haney right before. It's kind of funny. They were interviewing Bill Haney right before he got dropped, and you could just tell Bill Haney knew it was coming. You know, Bill Haney's been in the gym. You know, you could tell that he was about to get dropped. You know what I mean? And it's like after he got dropped, it was. I mean, his legs were done. I mean, he wasn't. I mean, I get what you're saying, Shutter, but it was a wrap. I mean, he was.
But see, now this goes back into training in the gym. If you need to train in a way where you develop defensive awareness even when you're tired and hurt. These niggas don't have that. When they're tired or hurt, they're just food and they're at the mercy of everything. If any other ref in that fight, Haney gets stopped.
Haney was looking like Katie Taylor in her camera.
Yes, worse, dude. This shit was horrible, bro. Like I'm just like, and I know people gonna make it like, damn, you hate him. I do not hate this guy. Like, dude is cool. Like, he's great for the sport.
You give him a lot
of
credit. You give him a lot of
this
credit.
is the fucking skill set I've been telling y'all niggas about. Dudes don't slip jabs no more. Dudes don't roll right hands. They don't slip right hands. They don't do nothing. All the defense is, like King P said, they're just backing up, jumping backwards. I told you. It's a whole school of these niggas who do that shit.
And the funny thing is, too, is like Haney, and funny thing is Haney's defense got work because I remember when I first started watching him, I used to think, God damn, Haney's too fucking defensive. Because when I used to see him against niggas like Burgos, like he'd be so defensive, like he'd be feeling like, yo, you gotta hurt the motherfucker. And then he hurts Burgos, but he doesn't go to kill him.
Look, he buzzed Ryan in the third round when he landed that left hook. But and he kind of like fired up Ryan. And it's like, but this is the thing. These guys don't have the stamina to put forth any effort in these fights because they're drained. Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney both need to be at 147. Because even when Haney got himself back into the fight, it was and low-key was kind of getting the middle rounds. There was never no overwhelming, like, okay, it looked like he could stop Ryan or he's beating the shit out of Ryan. It was just a little tit for tat. I'm doing a little extra more than you.
Yeah,
and if you just do a little bit more extra than a puncher that you haven't hurt, well, he might fuck you up eventually.
Yeah, and that's what happened in the 10th and the 11th round. Especially that 11th round knockdown was vicious. I was like, geez, because that's the shit that had that nigga's head on a swivel. Like, that nigga got sat down. Like, I was like, that should have been over. Like,
dude, I wouldn't be surprised if Haney was concussed. Like, I know niggas on Twitter was with the what beating was worse, Spence or Haney. Honestly, I feel like the Haney beating was worse because it came from a lesser fighter, and then it was like he got hurt so many fucking. It's like every other round. Like me and PJ was talking about it.
And it went longer.
After the 7th round, when he got dropped the first time, he got rocked. It was never the same afterwards.
It was over.
Never recovered from that.
It took him about like 4 rounds to recover from getting hurt in the first round.
It was like when Joshua got rocked by Ruiz. After that, it was just all downhill. He never
the Williams shot, right? That one shot behind the ear. Yeah, it was a wrap. Yeah.
So and like dude was just getting timed like against the faster fighter. Like every time.
It's a bad combination to not have.
These niggas don't have no activity, so their work rate, like, it's harder to time somebody when you're throwing 60 punches. But these niggas can't throw that.
It's a bad combination that for a fighter.
If he threw more, he might have gotten hit even more. Motherfucker was throwing at times 2 or 3 shoe shiners and getting caught in the middle of it.
I mean, Ryan.
Well, that's defense. When I say throw more, it's not what you it's what you throw, how you throw it, and when you throw it. That's where ring generalship comes in. Like, these niggas don't take advantage of the dead air times, the dead space times. Like, I don't know when's the last time y'all boxed or sparred, but like I see it all the time, like on a weekly basis. Like, there's these dudes that go through moments 30 seconds at a time without punching. The judges are literally scoring rounds off of damn 40 punches max. And you're trying to decipher which one was more. Dude, there's so many times fucking Devin Haney could have punched and Ryan wasn't going to hit him back.
It's a bad combination to have a suspect chin. I don't know. Maybe clearly Haney's chin is questionable now.
I don't think it's questionable. It's
what?
His punch resistance is lowered because he's straining his body too much to be at these weights. Devin Haney need to be at 147, and I think we might be getting into a Corrales-Claudio situation where R.I.P. Corrales.
Yeah,
but it might be too late for Devin Haney as far as like his punch, like the punch resistance.
I mean, he said
because he took a beating.
He said in an interview that he's basically gonna, in that little face-off they had that they weren't together, but it was kind of a funny. He said he might go to 147 very soon. That's another thing. He was overlooking them. I mean, clearly he was overlooking.
Yeah, he was like no one wants to, bro. Cherry pick, like you said, nigga. Like
everybody
he was overlooking them. You had niggas saying Ryan Garcia doesn't even he don't look like he should fight. Look, I hear it all the time. I never have because I'm a fan of Ryan. I think Ryan got some skill, but I've always heard him being a TikTok YouTube boxer. Okay, I've heard that so much. Devin Haney's called him a C-tier fighter. Okay, talking about going to 147. You got your ass whooped by a C-level fighter.
147 and all this shit, just overlooking him. Is a cherry gone bad? And I mean, Ryan, and I hate to say it, but Ryan winning it was for the casual and maybe overall just better for boxing. I mean, Ryan,
I think it is. I think it's better for boxing. Period. Like,
and you have to give Ryan props. Fuck all. I mean,
yeah,
you have to.
So all this other shit, like, dude. Even if we say, all right, the weight's fucked up, which we did, at the end of the day, with the ref on Haney's side, it evens out, bro. Ryan Garcia even humiliated dude in the 12th. Beat his ass for the first 2 minutes and then fucking just clowned him the last minute, last 20 seconds. He's damn dancing and shit like, bro.
Hey, that's the clip of Derek James though in the 11th after the 11th, Ryan was kind of showboating a little bit, and then Derek James was in his ear saying, basically, I think he was telling him, you have to win.
Don't fuck this up.
No, he's saying you're gonna have to win this fucking round because the judges will probably give it to Haney. You know what I'm saying? If you don't win this, because I feel like Ryan won this one.
I mean, he still won the 12th to me.
Well, wait, hold on, real quick. Well, Pete, since you were there, Pete, it's hard to give the score, but who do you think won, like by a round or two, or Pete? What do you think?
I mean, I think Ryan won the fight with all the knockdowns he had. I think, like for me, how I scored it was, I think 2 through 5 were the Haney rounds, and then everything after that, it was just it was not good. Like
some say 6, so yeah, that's all.
No, but six was a toss up, but I gave that one to Ryan because Ryan landed the better punches in that one. So
It's like every round, Ryan. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, every round.
That's what I'm saying. That's what makes it so bad because even rounds Haney won, he only won them by just the slightest of margins because he was at least buzzed for 10 seconds when Ryan would hit him.
They could have.
It's hard to win, dude. You have to have overwhelmingly activity rounds to. It's like somebody get this nigga Peter Quillen in damn fight to watch.
And the funny thing
You gotta throw that many type of punches to overcome them knockdowns, nigga. You're not gonna do that with one jab every 20 seconds.
And the funny thing is too is we referenced that fight too because obviously if you watch Quillen and Dom, Quillen knocked Dom down 6 times and only reached 115. That's not good. That's not good at all.
Horrible. Imagine you knocking, dude. Like me and Patty said this before, man. Knocking someone out, stopping them, knocking them down, whatever, is one of the hardest, most underrated things to do in boxing. But people just be like, eh. Yeah. So imagine dropping somebody 6 times and they outbox you and throw enough punches to where it's still 115 is the highest you could go.
Yeah, that's bad.
Navarrete can say something, but until more so. But
more recent.
I just want to make sure. Did everybody have Ryan winning, Pat? Shutter, did y'all have Ryan winning the fight?
Yes, I had Ryan winning like 114, like 112, something
like by a round or two, right? I mean, basically by a round or two, probably.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, with me, like, and I said that before. Usually, if I feel that a fighter like really went above and beyond to win a fight, I'll give him props. Like hell, I give Canelo props for the Charlo fight. I don't like doing that shit. So because I felt like Canelo knew what was on the line and Charlo unfortunately did not. But
I mean, Canelo was a favorite. It's like it's different when the underdog who's been dismissed by everybody puts a performance like this. It's like you can't. There's nothing you can compare this to.
No, but obviously in the past, when Amir Khan survived the war of Maidana, I gave Khan plenty of props. When Teixeira fucking took Adames' 0, I gave him props because that shit was hard. You know what I'm saying? Shit like that though. But this one, like I said, but then those were, because I like those. But this fight, I mean, Ryan won. Yes, good for him. But
we get it. You don't want to get this nigga props because for whatever bullshit reason that you can't come up with. Yeah, we get it.
Honestly, because the weight thing, I just can't. I can't vibe with that shit. And this is someone. I'm a Salido fan. Now I understand that Salido weight again.
No, you don't like Ryan Garcia, nigga. Yeah. We get it. We know.
No. I mean, it doesn't matter. Like I don't like a lot of fights, but if they have a fight that I say, okay, this is good, I'll get it. I just gave Canelo props for that one, but. Yeah, I mean,
he was overwhelming favorite. He fought a nigga coming up 2 weights.
I mean, personally, I'm not a fan of Ryan Garcia.
How much props can you get this nigga for?
Like personally, like I said, I mean, as much as I'm not a fan of Ryan Garcia because frankly I don't like little nigga shit. So this is the same thing with Broner too. I don't like little nigga shit like that. If you're not backing that shit up,
he backed it up.
He backed it up. He backed it the fuck up.
Well, I mean now now obviously you see Broner right now. Broner's with Don King in 2024. And then Garcia.
Hey, low key though.
And still low key promoting his fight better than these fucking promoters. Because that shit with Coy Leray was genius.
Like I said, somehow KO's Blair Cobb or something. Ryan should fight Broner next. I know people think, but I mean, real honestly, if he's the first guy to KO Broner or something like that, shit. I mean, it is
facts. I see it. And Broner talking about Haney and Bill. Where Bill at? Y'all need me.
Yeah, y'all need me. No,
he be lying.
Well, I know Ryan and AB are kind of like close, low key, but I mean, it'd be a good fight. I feel like Ryan.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to be careful though. I mean, because Ryan. I don't know, like Barrios. What do you guys think? Like, what's the good next fight for Ryan?
And now this gets into the
Haney should have lost.
Now we get to the takes because there've been we talked about this in the chat earlier. There's been like every seems like it's in every type of like. From woke boxing Twitter. Woke boxing Twitter is pissed at this fight, and so woke boxing Twitter is pretty much
overrating boxers because they aesthetically appease you because they throw every punch fundamentally correct, but they don't apply everything correct like they should. Like,
so let me just go through a couple of things I've heard. Like, so I mean, obviously LB just said one for woke boxing. Then you have the grifter twister that Twitter. Then you have Dr. Umar saying, "Well, let's go check Ryan's gloves." And then you have others like, "What? You can't, it's a shame that Haney's getting clowned. Black people can't stand on code, and shit like that." And then
I hate that shit. Bro, an ass whooping is an ass whooping.
Nah,
Y'all niggas gotta stop taking this shit so personal.
Dev's a good kid. Let me say it real quick. Dev's a good kid. I hope he bounces back because what he does at a young age. But the increasingly annoying Haney stands kind of deserve this because my timeline a lot was fucking these Haney stands always saying, "Oh, Tank, Haney beat Tank and all this shit." You know what I'm saying? And the next Floyd. And I'm sorry. Clearly, he's not the next Floyd.
I mean, and honestly, I had no problem with that too because it's like if you could dish it out, you'd be able to take it. I mean, it is what it is. Now, then you have Mexico.
Haney is more humble than his stands. That's the crazy part.
Yeah, that's what I think. Also, his dad, salute to his dad, but his dad is, not very likable, and also, it can be a little racial. I feel like Haney's style of fighting isn't he don't get KOs. So I mean, some people consider him boring. So it's like,
my sister, one of those people who consider him boring, but I didn't never really see Haney as boring before because. He used to punch more, but his last couple fights, like the Prograis fight and this fight, he didn't punch enough. Like he could have knocked out.
Yeah, this is probably his best performance, dog. To me.
But dude, it's the era thing because I'm looking at these niggas like if Sugar Ray Leonard has these niggas in front of him, he stops them. Ike Corte had these niggas in front of him, stops them.
He ain't got a KO like 5-6 years. That was kind of.
And a lot of that's because these niggas don't throw the fucking punches. Dude, look, bro. My new student, 19, he come tell me, bro, I've been watching Roberto Duran tapes. The Roberto Duran, like, I want to fight like him. You think I could fight like him? I'm like, damn, like, this a black kid saying this. He's like, man, all these new niggas out here, man, they just want to be pretty. They ain't gritty with it. Like, these niggas don't want to get in and dig deep and beat niggas' asses. Like, these motherfuckers want to just
even a nigga like Red
run around, clinch. They don't have no skills. They just want to fucking look pretty and just pot shot niggas to death. And I'm like, he's seeing this. So he's 19 seeing this. So how the fuck all these niggas is like a bunch of Mortal Kombat Scorpion Sub-Zero reptile clones.
Like Ray Leonard, Oscar De La Hoya, these guys were quote unquote no homo pause pretty boys, but they were with the shits. They were.
Thank you.
They were with the fucking.
That's what I'm saying. Even Floyd. Pretty boy.
They would bounce on the outside, you know what I'm saying? But if they had to get inside and get dirty and, get in a phone boot fight, they'll fucking do it. Both these guys. And these guys were like the golden boys of boxing, and they were getting niggas out of there that with names. They were getting they were getting.
That's what I'm saying.
The top level guys, even like Floyd at lower levels, when they always try to compare these young black niggas to Floyd. Before the hand injuries at 130, 135, Floyd was.
That's why Broner was the closest one to Floyd, but a lot of people don't want to admit that.
I mean, Floyd was getting Hatton, rest in peace, Chico Corrales. He was getting, he was getting these niggas out of here brutally, dog. I mean, I'm just saying, like, you gotta get through the pretty boy phase before being money. I'm just saying, like,
with Broner after Broner past 135 was not getting niggas out like that. He was kind of pathetic after that.
But he was still. The whole point is Broner was stopping niggas early in his career.
He was at 130 and 135.
These niggas weren't.
Yeah. I mean,
who are these niggas stopping on the level of Antonio DeMarco?
And real quick, Miss Biatch, I agree. Like, if Tank was like an inch or two taller, pause, he could run shit to 147. I mean, I'm just saying skill wise. I know that everybody can talk about the Ryan, weight drain, which it plays a role. But I'm just saying, like, all the niggas that said Devin beats Tank, I know we're using the triangle theory. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all know shit about boxing.
Dude, Devin Haney is not beating Tank, bro. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure he beat Mario Barrios right now, nigga.
I would give him a better chance, but I would still think it's 50-50. But I would still say, yeah, it's not looking good.
And then this is more take. This is a take that keeps bothering me. I don't understand why they're trying to portray Mario Barnes as a fucking star, but they're trying to downplay Devin. That's the shit that pisses me off.
All I know is one with life and death with a pound for pound talent and didn't just lay down. And he was up against it.
Mario Barnes is pathetic. Eventually he's gonna
dude, you're hating. You just hate, dude. You calling him pathetic?
Well, no,
pathetic was Devin Haney's performance.
The Madonna fight, the Madonna fight was
undisputed.
Dude, Broner fought harder against Maidana than Devin Haney did against Ryan Garcia.
No, I'm saying.
No, I'm not talking about Broner. I'm talking about Barrios, nigga. Like,
I'm just saying that, nigga.
I'm tired of hearing Mario Barrios is naming this shit. Like, Mario Barrios is a scrub.
It's not my fault. He fucking doing what he's supposed to do.
Yeah, Mario Barrios is a fucking scrub. People got
I ain't gonna say all that. God damn.
You're still holding that one. I know I was go through this with him, but you're holding that one draw against the guy he dropped twice.
I don't give a shit about no.
It is, dude. Pat be biased as fuck, nigga. Like we know that.
I talked about Barrios longer than most niggas even knew about fucking Mario Barrios.
Didn't Barrios beat up Ugas?
Dog, everybody was saying Ugas was gonna beat him, and he beat his fucking ass, and then it was Ugas. Okay, whatever.
Beat the shit out of his ass.
You know,
2 bums.
I don't know about that. Like, I gotta see Devin. Like, I don't think he need to be fighting until like maybe September, like November type shit, like December.
Well, I mean,
I don't like his odds at 147 though. Honestly, that's the thing.
Nigga, I don't like his odds at 140 if he stay.
I mean, right now,
where he gonna go? And see, that's why you're gonna need a new weight class, 144.
But the thing, now,
the niggas who can't do 147 or 140.
Now with the thing of because now, I mean, he still keeps his belt though, because usually the WBC is like, yeah, if a person loses, it'd be vacated. But the WBC is like, okay, we're keeping the belt, so. Sandor Martin is his mandatory. That's his next fight. That's so Sandor Martin.
Oh, he's beating Sandor. Ugh.
He could beat Sandor.
He's beating.
He could. I ain't go. Remember, he could beat Ryan Garcia.
I mean, Sandor is a much better fighter to me than Ryan Garcia. So that's
but doesn't have the power.
I don't know, man.
He doesn't have the power. He's not a puncher like Ryan.
It don't matter.
It don't matter, bro.
Devin Haney, look, dude. If Devin Haney ain't throwing, like, if he ain't throwing enough punches to stop a guy like Regis, who he was hurting, then he ain't gonna throw enough punches to to beat a guy like Sandor Martin, who's moving and got a consistent jab and defense.
That's going to be a very ho-hum fight, but I think
it's a fight. It's a fight that Devin probably was trying to avoid, but now he has to. I mean,
he wants it. No, the thing was,
he didn't want. No, I'm telling you. Before this fight with Ryan, I could see Bill Haney's. I could see the strategy. They want to fight names. Sandor Martin's not a name. Sandor Martin's not a name.
But Devin has.
He'll fight him now because he's a soft puncher. But then Sandor Martin's look at it like, well, fuck that. I could probably hurt him now. Like that shouldn't been cracked horribly.
And remember this. I mean, I know Mikey Garcia was a little past it. He did probably beat. He
beat Mikey Garcia clearly. And Mikey Garcia wasn't trying. If Mikey Garcia tries, he wins that fight the other way around 6-4. He doesn't try, he lost it 4-6.
And he probably, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a big Tio fan. He probably beat Tio. I mean,
no, he beat Tio.
Like he beat Tio and he dropped him.
He dropped him arguably twice. So he's a lot dog. I mean, he's a lot dog against Haney.
Yeah, no, Sandor Martin.
Damn right. Like, dude. Honestly, I'd make Martin the favorite in that one. Shit.
Yeah, like Sandor Martin has a chance of beating Haney because he's a good fighter. Like he's y'all
niggas with this. Now y'all think Haney can win and because y'all saying he hit harder. Matt Sandor Martin. The fuck. Ryan don't hit harder than Devin don't hit harder than Ryan. He lost that. Like it might be like a Barbosa fight.
I mean, because right now, obviously now he's probably gonna get the 90-day suspension though. But again, with all the ticks that have been going on there, I know Mexicans now are trying to claim Ryan Garcia now, which is
they weren't before. It's kind of funny. They weren't before.
Yeah, they weren't before.
They're gonna lie. There'll be they the most dick riding fan base when it comes to like their fighters and shit. Like they have their favorites and then they have the ones that they don't like.
Yeah,
that do something that they don't like. Do something.
But I will say, I wish American boxing fans, love boxing like how Mexican. I wish American boxing fans love, like how Mexicans in the UK do. Because
we do, bro. America got to promote better.
But once a Black American nigga loses a zero. I don't know, man. It's not like
it's the culture. No, it's not. It's the culture of the game that's changed. Because this is where Floyd comes.
It's kind of going away. It's kind of going away. But I don't know.
It's not going away. It's the legacy. This is what Floyd said.
Hold on, what's going away? Like, what? Explain this culture shit.
Yeah, the zero culture. Like having your zero. You know, I feel like, you know, obviously when Broner lost to Zero, it was never the same. I'm just saying, like, when it comes to like look, Canelo's lost, you know, Tio lost, he still got some things. I'm just saying when the urban American, Black American loses his Zero now, thanks, I would say to Floyd probably, you know, they're kind of looked as like the past.
But then also too, the losing your zeros, you also have to fight your competition. And a lot of these guys that lose their zeros are not fighting their competition.
Like
They're not fighting
so when they lose it, it's like, damn, you got exposed, and you're like, well, how, and niggas would be like, well, how a guy top 10 pound for pound get exposed? Because it's like, it's the same way a guy like Wilder get exposed. You could be a champion in boxing and don't necessarily fought all types of different styles, been exposed to different shit.
Yeah. No, I mean,
and people forget about that.
If Haney lost like a close fight, you would say he got exposed, but getting dropped arguably 4 or 5 times, I mean, he did get exposed. You know, clear. I mean, that's if you want to use that word.
He just got caught. That's what it is. It's just because.
But nah, he still got exposed. It's not just he got caught. Like if you say he just got caught, then his defense exposed.
Remember, I used to argue with Shutter sometimes. I was like, you know, I think Devin might have a glass jaw or, you know, chinny.
Let's put this.
But Shutter used to always say it was more so the resistance. It was more so the.
It is because okay, look, Devin Haney we've seen Devin Haney get hit before at lower weights, but over the years, it's like he started to handle the punches differently. Like the punches he took from, like he can't take another Linares. Like the punch he took from Linares, he couldn't take that again at lightweight. Although he's still been hit at lightweight. But after that, that was his limit. Guys like Jojo Diaz and Lomachenko put hands on Devin Haney, but neither one are like the puncher Linares is to really put him back in that frame.
Well, Lomachenko is Jojo,
but but this is the thing: the punches still rocked Haney. They just ain't hurt him. Like there were punches that his body felt, but it's just he could still keep doing what he's doing, and he was able to exert more energy.
I mean, I was at the Jojo Diaz fight, so I mean, that was a hard 8-4-ish type of fight, but Jojo made Haney work.
He landed a couple good left hooks. He landed a couple good left hooks in that fight.
That's what I'm saying. Like, but there were left hooks that Devin could take. He still his punch resistance was still there because he remember, it's not only the punches you take, it's the punches you could give out. It's the energy that goes with it. He still expelled energy in those fights where it's like, okay, that's a hard 8-4, 7-5 type of fight. Okay, Lomachenko, that's a hard 7-5, 8-4 type of fight. Either way, whatever. He still could. He couldn't do that. Like honestly,
he should have moved up after Jojo. Really,
he should have. Like, I'll give him the Kambosos rematch. If you remember how Devin Haney looked at the Kambosos rematch,
both, even the first Kambosos fight, he looked.
Yeah, but but the thing is, the rematch he fought harder.
Yeah, like I mean,
that's when he started weighing in. Like that's when he started looking bigger in the ring. Same thing with the Lomachenko fight. He fought harder against Kambosos in the rematch because he wanted to beat his ass and kind of stop him. You could tell. And Lomachenko, he fought harder because Lomachenko was fighting hard, and he had to. As soon as Devin Haney didn't have to fight hard no more, you get the Regis performance where he puts out a good performance, but it's not a hard. I'm gonna beat the shit out of this guy. Stop him.
You call him?
He can't push out that more. He can't push out that shit no more.
He Andre'd it. Demetrius Andre'd it. Those fights kind of on cruise control.
Nah. Andre is a better caliber fighter than Haney. Like he doesn't like his cruise control is different. Like Haney cruise control. His guys are still there. They're still trying a little bit. They may be a little timid. They're getting outboxed. They're there. Like Andre shuts you down in cruise control. When you start looking at Andre, like, yo, like knock this nigga out, bro. When you start walking toward the exit because you don't want to see 12 rounds of this type shit. With Haney, you're like, all right, Haney natural tempo is pushed a little further than Andre's. So yeah, man.
But I mean, in terms of being chinny or whatever, I mean, like Haney has faced enough punchers that he would have got that chin would have been like exposed a long time ago if he was really chinny like that. Like it's not, he's not. But yeah, like because he's been professional, he's made his weight though. But like I said, there comes a time to where if you keep making these weights you're not supposed to make, you know, it starts depleting your resistance. I mean,
Blazing Killer, I don't know if his resistance is cooked entirely. I feel you, but like, when's the last time you seen somebody take this type of punishment and their chin was still great afterwards?
I mean, we have to see. Like, I mean, right now, if Sandor Martin actually knocks him out, then you could probably like, okay, this is a problem now. Like, you know,
if Sandor Martin buzzes him, rocks him, or any,
yeah.
But then it's like, is Sandor Martin really a good? Is he a puncher enough? Does he punch hard enough to really prove that? To really test it?
Right, because like, and honestly,
will he naturally just punch harder, knowing that he thinks he could believe he could hurt Haney?
Because we've had fighters like say James Kirkland. James Kirkland has walked through bombs. But then he got knocked out by Ishida who had 7 knockouts and shit like that. And
but that's a different situation. The difference with that situation was James Kirkland came back and Golden Boy was just trying to get him active. And they was literally making this nigga fight like every 3 weeks or some shit. And I feel like the training, the schedule, the training, all of that led up to that. And Ishida not being someone that he took too seriously. And then after that, you see how Kirkland performed. But then after that, later, come to find out, we know Kirkland's a guy who is a little chinny, but he recovers well sometimes. He just, I don't know. I don't think Haney's chinny. I think it's a different situation. Like,
yeah, Haney. I think Haney is just now he got clipped and that's fine, but it's cool, whatever. But because usually being chinny has a little bit of a pattern. We haven't really seen it because this is the first time he got dropped. So we have to.
Yeah, he's only been hurt against Linares, but remember I said this before, and Keith Soprano even reminded me about it the other day. Haney, one of those guys that if you hurt him and you can keep hurting him, he really can't adjust. He's not going to really do anything else. If you could keep hurting Haney or you could just hurt him, he's not going to make an adjustment. That's it. Like, he'll either just clinch you more. And the Linares fight kind of showed that. And right. You saw it resurface against Ryan Garcia. That he didn't really have no answer. It's just, let me clinch. Or let me take the open shot that you give me with your fucking bullshit shoulder roll.
Yeah. So in the end, like it's like both guys had their flaws, had a lot of flaws. But one fighter used his, overcame his flaws with his intangibles, which we talked about, and was able to win a fight that he had no business winning, but he won it. Because the other person did not use their intangibles or their skills to the point where they needed to. So now with Ryan Garcia, obviously now the sky's the limit, with this dude. He's Ryan will, hey, let's fight, but now we can, hey, he can, let's fight Mario Barnes. Hey, he can beat Spence. He can beat Boots Ennis. I've seen plenty of those. Or hey, Ryan Garcia is the real champion. No, Teofimo is. Like, Dan Raphael had to say like multiple niggas. Like, he doesn't rule the division. Teofimo does.
I feel like let's be honest. 140 is fucked. There ain't no real champion. There's too many niggas got a claim to be in the top at 140.
And then Haney stands. I was talking about earlier. I saw posts on Twitter saying that Haney could be Ennis. I literally saw that shit. You know what I'm saying? So. It's like,
who the fuck was smoking crack rock in the middle of the day?
There's certain accounts on my timeline that it's just weird. I'm just saying, but we ain't gonna see that no more now. So I'm just saying, but like I saw shit.
Should have never saw that shit. What the fuck?
I don't know what I was seeing, but I saw that shit, bro.
Like, no, I'm saying I believe you. It's just I'm just like I feel sorry that you had to see that craziness.
I mean, right now, 140. If there's this, it's perfect time for a 140 tournament. Like obviously we need another WBSS for 140.
Because there's too many talent. It's too many niggas on the same level masquerading like they that guy when they're just a left hook or a right hand or an uppercut away from not being that guy. Because, like, to me, Tio, you can say Tio the guy, but then in that case, nigga, you can say Sandor Martin's the guy.
Right.
You can say fucking
Jermaine Ortiz. I know.
Jermaine Ortiz the guy. You can fucking say Jack Catterall's the guy. Like, it's too many niggas could say they the guy and their cause is legit. You could literally be like, you know what? You did get robbed against so-and-so. You did sort of win that. You know, he did get his ass whooped that night. You did. Right. It's too many of that. Somebody needs to come through and just Mike Tyson, Jeff Lacey the game and just start knocking motherfuckers out and stop winning bullshit decisions and get some clarity because it's too many niggas with that claim. Like, all y'all niggas is on the same label saying y'all the best fucking rapper alive.
Even a
but
guy
all y'all mixtapes are the same.
Even a guy like Matias, who's known as the boogeyman, you know, obviously he's on.
He got a claim.
Hear me out. You know, hear me. He's been on a big run and everything. I can see why he's in top 3 guy. He never been a champion before. He lost to somebody who never sniffed a title. So I can't. You know, there's you know, I know he's been on a.
He eventually.
He's been on a murderous run, no pun intended. But I'm just saying, you know, he's lost to a guy that will never sniff a title and obviously he's never beat a champion or, you know. So it's like, you know, again, like 140 is now it's super fucked because.
No, it's not 140 right now. It's in a good. I mean, it's not like one because 140 obviously because I know LB likes to say it was a wasteland during the Crawford era. You know,
it was. Compare 140 from Crawford era to every 140 afterwards and before.
And I like to real quick, I want to say this, even though Crawford, you know, is probably my favorite fighter, and you know, Josh Taylor both undisputed. Danny Garcia had a better run than both those guys to me. Swift, he had a better 140.
I mean, you know, Taylor unified. Taylor fought some killers. Like Taylor had a better run to me at 140 than Danny did because Taylor really fought some killers at 140. Like he really unified. That's why I give him that respect.
Well, Danny and Taylor fought more killers than Bud did at 140.
Yeah.
You could all agree on that.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, yes, you know, but that's like so. 140 is in a proposition like. You know, like if Turkey wants to spread some money around, like make these niggas fight, you know, these tournaments or whatever, like just to see, like, you know, to actually try to unify. Because honestly, there's plenty of good fights to be made at 140. So 140 is not a wasteland. You just gotta get these niggas to be focused.
Honestly, 140 has the potential to be the best division in boxing. Because you could take the top 10, you could take the top 16 guys. And make a Sweet 16 type with tournament with that shit.
Yeah,
it'll be that interesting. Hold on, Haney took some big shots and was clearly dazed for most of the fight, but it wasn't like he was taking 20 clean shots to the head every round like Spence versus Bud. And that makes Haney's performance even worse because he was given time to recover and he had a fucking ref and he still got the shit beat out of him. He was given chances to win the fight. But Spence just got his ass whooped until he couldn't take no more, and that was it.
And that brings up to another thing too, because I know I thought who said that said that that Devin didn't have any survival skills. Was it? No, it wasn't Tiafima. It was
Keith.
Yeah, it was Keith. Yeah,
he don't.
If Haney did have, let's put it this way, because surviving means you don't get knocked out. If you survive, if you go 12 rounds, you survive. Like that.
Dude, like I said, a different ref. And Haney stopped. That's no. He got survival skills if you got a motherfucker damn holding you up, breaking you up. Every time you get hurt, this nigga jumping in. Fuck that. Keith Thurman is right. Salute that Florida nigga.
Funny from Keith, who was fucking running for his life against Collazo when Collazo
survival skills.
No. And people talking shit about Thurman being able to talk about this. I'm sorry. Thurman is a higher weight division ain't ever been dropped 4 or 5 times in a fight. So like fuck all that.
Against a goddamn underdog C-level fighter.
And he's fought legit champions. So it's like, I mean, you know, like.
Yeah, we're gonna put some respect on fucking Keith Thurman's name, bro.
He's inactive, he's halfway retired and all that, but nah, if we can talk about that, Thurman can talk his shit and say what he wants. Fuck that.
Damn right. Like this nigga took a fucking beating, and then it showed not damn fraction of some top 10 pound for pound skills, and we supposed to just overlook that shit.
Yeah.
Like, stop it. Like, come on. Like, bro.
Yeah, and to give it a go, Colin Smith bullshit. Like, he gave it a go. He did get off the canvas. I mean, Devin Haney doesn't deserve credit for that, but he got exposed, bro. Nobody. I mean, really, I feel like 80% of the people I interacted with, at least 85% of people thought Haney was going to win, me included. So it's like he got it. He got exposed. I mean, I hope he comes back, because I thought Haney was going to be a guy that would, be undefeated going up to welterweight, maybe even 154. I thought really he could have, maybe.
Well, I just didn't see him losing like this. Like,
if you
I always thought him lose to like a Tio or maybe a Matias, somebody like where we know it's going and it's a good fight. Remember, we just wanted this shit to end by the time we did the damn preview.
It ruined my fucking my Tio. Remember, I kept saying I wanted Tio Haney to be a welterweight fight, in the future, but that shit looked like it might never happen.
No, first of all, they should never wait to go fight in no damn welterweight. Like,
it's the money.
No, they need to, dude. Yeah. Tio, I think to stay at 140. Haney needs to be at 147. Yeah. He can't handle getting down to 140 and be effective. Look, it's just like it's like the Chad Dawson Ward shit. Just because you could make the weight doesn't mean you can be effective at that weight. If you could make the weight and you could only throw 30 punches per round at that weight, then I'm gonna be honest with you. You can't make that weight.
I mean, the Chacha was a little bit more different. It wasn't like, that motherfucker did something foolish and it cost him.
It was, but see, that's the thing. Chad Dawson's foolishness was all in one fight. Haney's is low-key been spread out through several fights, but since he's winning, nobody cares. But we all knew it was going to be a moment where this weight shit was going to fuck him up.
I mean,
we didn't know it would be against Ryan Garcia.
I mean, we could pick another fight too. I mean, even with Chris Bird was debuted as a middleweight. Then he ate himself into heavyweight, and then at the decline of his career after the
Sean George shit.
Yeah, he decided to go down to a crackhead type of weight. Like, dude looked like bones. All his bones in his face were showing. Went down to 175 because he thought he'd have an advantage.
And took that ass whooping.
And took a horrible ass whooping because he thought he thought because he lost all his advantages that he gained to facing like Klitschko.
Now the only two difference with that is he did this at the tail end of his career, which is a lot different than you're just doing this at your prime. And remember, Corrales was low-key doing it too. But Corrales is already in the mix of things with these big-ass fights. So he's like, fuck it. Haney, you supposed to be the dude. You could dictate a little more. But y'all keep staying at 140.
And that's why that's why when we talk about Donaire, because Donaire went down, went up to 126 and then went back down. That's unheard of. Like, you're not supposed to do it. And then Donaire's talking about going down to 115, which is also unheard of. Like, to do it, like, you're not supposed. The 100 is not supposed to do shit like that. Like, in terms of playing all these type of weight games and stuff like that. And hopefully Donaire doesn't get fucked up doing that, because that's just a recipe for disaster. Because 115 is
doing it at the tail end of his career after he done caught some L's, just like Bird. So
and even with Bam, like Bam tried that, went down to 115 to 112 shit, and then he was trying to fight, and then clearly some of his performances started getting affected because he was fighting frequently and he was trying to make that weight frequently. So now he's going back up to 115.
Bam was just trying to get distinction of being a two division, getting a belt. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but it ended up though, he started, his performance started suffering because he was fighting often.
He looked bad against the one that he got his jaw broken.
Yeah, at the end of the day, these niggas gotta stop trying to get these physical advantages and fight dudes your own size and be in these divisions, bro. Or you're gonna just end up suffering for it in the long run, and probably in the worst time, because this is the worst time for Devin Haney to lose, bro.
Right. Yeah. I always feel like,
and I don't think he wins the rematch. Like, honestly, like, I would stay away from this fight.
Can we bring the poll up? Pause.
Yeah, bring.
Oh yeah, pause. I mean, yes. I mean, unpause. Yeah.
Hold on one second. Let me see if I can find it. Pause. Let me scroll in the DMs. It's got to be somewhere here, right? Okay, so Oh wow! Actually, the votes are a little closer than I thought. So we did ask at Ringing Radio on Twitter/X. Do you want to see a rematch between King Ryan Garcia and the Dream Devin Haney? We have 79 votes with 5 days and some change. Check us out at Ringing Radio, Twitter, with 43% saying yes, 57% saying no, and that's 79 votes. I thought it'd be a little wider. I thought most people would say no. Me, I voted no. I think maybe down the line at 147, I think Haney needs to build himself back up a little bit. But
Yeah.
maybe I should know. If I worded it as immediate rematch, maybe it'd be different. But I don't know. What y'all vote?
I voted no too, bro.
I voted yes. Rematch him. Like, honestly, I don't see I don't see the harm. This, to me, it's like when people used to say, okay, Joshua shouldn't fight Ruiz again after the first fight, but
He should, but it's not happening next. So I put no. It's not happening next.
But the guy when he was a kid,
But Joshua's a better fighter than motherfucking Haney, though.
Haney was a kid walking out Zab Judah with the belts. Now Zab Judah's a guy who got meme killed before it was a meme at 140. Went up to 147. I know he lost the first fight, but went up to 147 and became undisputed. That in this era, that seems like doesn't really happen. I can't see that happening, but maybe Haney can do that. But I'm just saying, in this era,
Zab era, dudes fought more dangerous guys.
I know, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, for that, like Zab Judah, for him to do that, to me, is very impressive. I just think this day and age aren't built the same. So
it was more impressive that Corey Spinks had to win his belts from Mayorga and then fight Judah. Like, these are killers. Like,
I know. I'm just saying, does Haney? Do you guys think Haney can? Do y'all see Devin Haney coming back from this?
Right now, I don't see why not. Like, it's not the Spence shit was one I called because Spence is just too far gone damage. He's taxed. Haney is not that. He has a bad loss. Like, it's just
a bad beating, man.
Yeah, just let him to see what he can do. Like, I'm not like
a bad beating while being drained.
This is a guy who I thought would beat Matias. Easily. Not easily, but I feel like he would have. But now
he got a skill set. But if you can't punch, if you can't throw more than 30 punches against Matias, you're losing.
Every 140 fighter right now, even the champions themselves, they all have their flaws. And they will all. They all got their exposure. Like I said, Tio lost to Kambosos, Matias lost to Ananyan, Haney lost to Garcia. Ryan's got lost to not 140 really, but
Ryan's a perfect example. Ryan's a guy who obviously might have been a little drained at 135. He got his biggest fight,
but he didn't take a beating like
he didn't take a beating, but he came back from a loss, and he came back from a loss.
So you have to let Haney do the same.
He moved up right away after that loss, whereas Haney, these niggas still probably gonna fuck around with 140.
Yeah.
No, which is going to only hurt his body. And just like I'm peeking. You see how niggas, the whole Spence Crawford rematch, niggas is like, 154. Same thing with Haney and Ryan.
147.
If this shit don't go at 147 for a rematch, it'll be worse.
I'll say this too. If Haney's gonna stay at 140. Hire a fucking nutritionist. Do something. Like, don't just fucking diet, and so you're walking around with the bone showing in your face.
No, I'm sure Pat. I'm sure he hired it. I'm sure he
didn't hire no damn.
It's too late for that, bro. You just need to
No, Devin Haney and his dad. Credit to Bill Haney because he manages his son the right way. Maybe training wise, he needs to put somebody else in the corner with him.
No, you have to put somebody in the corner. Bill Haney ain't shit as a trainer.
I know Zab Judah's dad. Yoel was there with him. I'm just saying, like, you got to add one of those guys. Maybe Bowman. I don't know, some guy. You got to add somebody.
Yeah, Zab Judah's father was a professional kickboxer, so he was probably telling Zab some shit. Like, I had no problem with who was in Zab's corner. Like, his father was a bad motherfucker. So it's like, there was nothing.
That was too, yeah. Zab was more talented than Haney ever was. I'm just saying.
But at least you hear Zab's father, Yoel, you would hear him say relevant good shit, like, in the corner. It's just, it always be us hanging on Zab, like, Okay, Zab, are you gonna do what the fuck he said? Like, come on, like you hear this raspy, cool rap voice in the corner telling you, boom, this, that.
Whereas Bill was telling this nigga to go duck under hooks, and they're only an inch in height and difference. Like
he would know. Bill, I heard Bill. He told him throw in between, but he wouldn't tell him what to throw. You just saying throw in between. You got to tell him. Bill Haney was there for a check. Like Bill Haney, if he wants to be a promoter, he wants to be cool, but stay out of the corner because he.
But see, this is the thing. He probably didn't want Devin Haney backing up from left hooks because a lot of times when he backed up, he was getting caught with them.
He did a great.
And Devin Haney is already used to ducking and clinching, so he's like, "Fuck it, duck the hook." But see, what happens is this:
we got the clinch. He got popped with the clinch and got dropped.
dude. At that point, it didn't matter because Ryan Garcia just knew how to land at that point. See, a lot of niggas they wanna. I see this a lot. When it's time to duck, they only want to duck their upper body, and they go down. They'll slant. And going and ducking out a slant sometime will get you caught. But a lot of niggas, they don't want to use their knees, no diddy, and just duck. Like literally bend your knees and just duck in place. Duck. Clean duck. A lot of niggas, they bend down and duck. That's the difference. When you duck it under a left hook and it's a clean, you're down, you just duck. A lot of times that should just go over your head. But if you're just ducking with a slant, sometimes you could duck into the left hook.
Yeah, I agree with Blazing Killer right here saying, the lateral movement, I don't know. Yeah, maybe he should be, because I know Haney has said multiple times, even his dad, they're going to be going to 147 soon, right? Clearly, Shutter might be right. I mean, he's a big motherfucker. I know he's only 25, but you're a pretty big motherfucking guy, man. Like, you might have to, I don't know. I don't even know if maybe Haney isn't what we thought he was. I'm just
honestly, these guys they're not like the skill set that we praise these guys for now, today, in this era, isn't the same skill set we praised back in the day in previous eras. I think we just need to understand that.
Certain guys, in a way,
certain guys, but dude, you're calling on Hall of Famers. All-time greats now. Yeah, there's all-time greats in every era, but it just seemed like the base level of skill was fucking just at a higher level. Like if I take Devin Haney and start throwing him against 140 names from back in the day. I'm not sure he beat them niggas. I don't know if he beats Vince Phillips. I don't know if Devin Haney beats Ben Tacky.
Hatton?
I'm just saying.
Crosses you with a fucking bar.
Dude, but all these niggas could punch. And they all had their hands up. They took the sport serious, and they're physically strong guys.
Here's my thing too. Number one, if Haney is not what you thought he is, then he would have never been undisputed, nor would he have been able to go up to win a belt. But
look, we could dig a little deeper, bro. Cambosis is Cambosis.
We can pull quotes if you want. Well, Shutter said something in the messages, the DMs. The trajectory of Haney. I know, Haney and his dad were doing like Floyd Mayweather's in the past, just the Devin Haney era, which we know was just kind of talking shit. But Haney was a guy that we expected. I thought he's a guy. I'm going to throw out some names here, and I thought Haney was going to be one of these guys. Okay, I thought Haney was going to be like a Mosley, a Cotto. There's guys that move up multiple weight classes and win like 3-4 divisions. You know what I'm saying, like up to that kind of guy. But I don't know now, man. Ryan Garcia, who is known, people talk shit about his skills, looked like a clearly better fighter than Devin Haney, and that's the bottom line. And he
was having fun while doing it.
He was having fun. He came to fight. Devin came to box, and the speed
barely did that.
The speed, the power, I know Devin Haney. Ryan Garcia's never won a belt, obviously, but he literally beat an undisputed champion who went up and beat one of the top guys of
and that fucking reminds me.
He won the money belt, nigga.
And that reminds me
He
too.
became a face of
And that
boxing.
reminds me, Ryan Garcia also again is not a pound for pound fighter. People, that's another thing I keep on seeing.
I might put him at 20.
He about top 15. He's number 15.
He's not. You know, he's not. You have to win the belt to be 15 because there's 15.
Wait, no,
that ass whooping was enough for me.
Pitbull's good.
There are better. Like right now, everyone that's on my pound for pound list right now is better than. Well, it's better than Ryan Garcia. He just beat one of them.
Okay, hold on.
He beat a top 10 nigga that's former undisputed 2 times. Like, come on.
No, he's not no pound for pound. He's not
pound for pound.
Romero
won a belt. Hold on, time out. Rolly Romero won a belt. So you want to go there? Because I feel like if Rolly Romero,
I think Rolly's stuck. That's a bad example. I think Rolly's stuck.
No, but you said he has to. But no, you said he has to win a belt to be on.
Yeah, and you also have to have some accomplishments. He doesn't have any accomplishments.
See, this nigga keep moving the goalposts like it's a fucking relationship podcast.
Nigga, like if you think honestly, if anyone has Haney, not Haney, Ryan Garcia has a pound for pound list, I can't trust your boxing.
No, he's not. No, he's definitely not.
I cannot.
He's like top 20. He's like 16, 15 and a half.
Somewhere in between 16 and 20 right now.
I mean, I have niggas like
like I gotta put him at 15. Fuck it, he's 15.
I have niggas like Tank and Navarrete at the bottom half of the pound for pound.
That's you, nigga.
And I'm supposed
to Navarrete should be like 10, 11, honestly, like 9, 10, 11 or some shit.
If you have Ryan Garcia, either you like him or you're standing hard. But
or he just dominated.
Or you just thought he beat the shit out of one of the best fighters in the world.
No, or he dominated. Or he dominated.
There's no pound for pound for Ryan Garcia until he actually.
Nah, fuck that. We don't care what this old nigga thinks, man. Ryan Garcia pound for pound.
Nigga, you got the Ryan Garcia in the poster in the background, nigga. You
No, hold on. You know what? Shout out to my nigga Keith Soprano, because he was like the only real Ryan Garcia fan I know.
Yeah, see,
and we used to have him on here, so like I know he was doing the little victory bop. So
yeah, I mean, but no. Honestly, if niggas is saying that Ryan Garcia is pound for pound, I can't trust their boxing opinion anymore. They can't.
Nigga, you can trust my boxing opinion, nigga.
If you're saying it's pound for pound, and you're trying, because
he is.
If you think he is, I can't trust your opinion no more. I'm sorry.
Then don't trust it no more. I'll be on this podcast, and you won't be trusting me, nigga.
Hold on, Pat. Let me ask you real quick, Pat. Let me ask you real quick. Devin Haney, some have him as high as 5 or 4 on pound for pound.
I had him as 4, and he's dropped. Okay. Yes.
Okay.
He's going to
Ryan Garcia, the guy you said that belongs nowhere near a pound. I'm not saying he is because I feel like he might be in the top 20 maybe.
He's not going to go on my pound for pound.
He dominated and dropped the guy 4 or 5 times in a fight and won.
He's not going to go on a pound for pound list until he actually beats people.
He beats somebody.
He just beat. Dude, honestly, look, like. This is what happens with Pat. Like he's not going to give an inch in this debate, bro. Like
he's going to have to be like a Bivol. He's going to have to do something. Like I'm not going to give him a.
You had niggas saying, but Bivol didn't need to be in pound for pound top 10 because all he did was beat Canelo. Like that's not fucking Canelo. Like,
but also Canelo's he's also beating other people.
And I remember because I said that on the Collie. I think it was the Dallas nigga said that shit.
I mean,
and I'm like, well, damn, he beat Zerto in the same year. If that ain't top 10 pound for pound, like,
I mean, Ryan,
so it's like you can never make niggas happy with pound for pound.
Yeah, but like
Ryan Garcia don't care about no pound for pound. He got pound for pound that bread. That $2 million bet turned to 12.
See, lucky for me, I don't get because I'm not getting paid by Ryan Garcia, and no one in here is getting paid. So
no one isn't, but I'm just happy for the niggas.
If niggas using that argument, then they've already drunk the Kool-Aid.
No, but
I don't want to hear nothing about no money.
I don't. But
Crawford has a lot of money, but that nigga actually manages to be great.
He ain't become great until like last year. Like
nigga has a lot of money.
He's been great,
and he manages to be great. Usyk has money. He manages to be great. You know what I'm saying? Like these are great fighters. I don't want to hear nothing about no damn money unless we're getting paid by them.
Nah. I mean, shit, y'all niggas stay on Floyd tail with the fucking money. Like, nah.
I don't like if we're not. Like, I don't want to hear about no damn money.
Like, dude, that was the greatest business boxing move of all time. This nigga had everybody thinking he was gonna lose. He didn't deserve to be in the fight. He lost his mind. He bets $2 million, wins 12, and he takes the 12th round off, all while having a ref against him and fighting a better fighter.
Do y'all think it was a ploy? Well, I mean, I don't think they better fight.
Nigga,
I'm not
that's
impressed by that.
like that's goat nigga shit right there, bro. I'm sorry, like fuck that.
Pat, I mean, Shutter, do you think that was the whole mastermind plan? The whole rollout being crazy and missing weight?
Yes,
The missing
yes, it makes perfect sense, bro. Because you know what? You know why?
In the post fight, he's like,
because we all know Ryan Garcia is dangerous, and he has that left, and he could punch. He has quick hands, and we'll take him more dangerously if we look like if we feel like he's focused.
He's been boxing since he was 6 years old. He's boxing. It's not like he's.
And so you know what it is? People just look at him as like a talented, popular guy.
No, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. That post fight, the post fight when he got interviewed, I'm not gonna lie. It's one of the more memorable ones to me. Like the way he just said, "Y'all thought I was crazy. Y'all hate me because I'm pretty. That's fucked up." Like I was,
yeah, that's it's gonna start. Nigga, like
y'all hate me because I'm pretty. That's fucked up. It's just kind of funny, saying it was a great plan because
it worked.
It worked,
and it could have backfired because then some asshole could have gave Haney the 12 when he lost that shit.
Yeah, I mean, some judge give it a draw, right?
Yeah, it was
exactly. So just him winning with all those odds, it's like, nigga, like how you can't celebrate that shit? Like, oh, the 3 pounds. Who give a fuck? The nigga he had to fight a whole nother nigga in the ring that he couldn't even fight back.
See, this is when people start lowering the standards of what's really great in the ring. Foster coming against Hernandez, that was great. That was great.
That is great. And did I not mention him earlier when I was saying like people like him get overlooked because he may not have the aesthetically pleasing skills that Shakur and all these other niggas have, but he puts it on the line and he has grit.
Wait, who's the better fighter? Rocky Hernandez or Devin Haney?
Devin Haney.
Who's the better fighter?
No, this nigga said Rocky Hernandez.
I mean, what's his name? What's his name? Rocky Hernandez, right? The guy that Oshaki beat.
Yeah. Or Devin Haney, nigga. What the fuck?
Okay, so what I'm saying is, give Haney a little bit of props. I mean, give Ryan Garcia a little bit of props.
I'm giving Haney. I've been giving Haney props.
Nah, nigga, this nigga giving Haney more props. No, niggas just giving Haney props. Oh man, I can't believe he stuck it out. Nigga, all he was doing was just getting a beating. He didn't know like he made it a fight of the year.
I'm the one that's the hardest.
This shit was in Wilder Fury 3.
See,
I know Pat.
I'm the hardest person to impress. I'm not like if I compliment you, that means I mean that shit.
No, Pat's old
nigga,
school.
I'm the same way. What the fuck?
No, you're not.
Yes, I am.
No, Pat's a little more old school, but hear me out.
I'm very old.
No, he's a more old. No, it's old school. Pat is old fashioned. I'm old school. There's a difference.
Even though Pat
the only difference is I'm more progressive with certain things than fighters. I expect fighters to act like fighters. So none of that shit.
I'm more progressive, like nigga, like attitude would never grow the sport.
Pat,
yeah, see, me, I'm see, streaming was my thing. Like, I mean, I think I'm progressive per se. This nigga he thinks boxing should be on TV. Me, streaming, I embraced it.
Boxing should be on TV. Boxing should be on streaming too. All of that.
I ain't gonna lie. I paid for
boxing should be free. All the money in boxing.
The $80 was worth it. I ain't gonna lie. But I would want to say real quick. Pat won't say it, but I feel like Pat was a Haney fan, low key. I mean, I know he's a Haney fan.
He is.
I've been saying I said I was.
No, I know you. No, you still are. But I'm saying you appreciate.
Yeah, I respect niggas.
No, you appreciate.
Yeah, low key stand at this point.
No, but I'm saying I know that. But I feel like the whole he's chasing greatness type of shit was like a little premature. I mean, I know he wasn't disputed. Defended it, but I mean, and if you look at everything, it was a little premature. That's all. And obviously, what happened on Saturday, well, the narrative.
Hold on, what was premature?
No, I mean, people just saying that he's next, basically a future all-time, future great. I mean, I saw that a lot,
because he was moving like one. That's the thing, like he was moving like because he was.
But see, that's the thing. Niggas were saying, like, I get it, he's moving like one, but he didn't have the skills like one.
He was kind of.
You gotta move with both.
He's 25. He was doing a great job trajectory wise, but I'm just saying it's a little premature because the names.
It was a lot of niggas thought he lost to Lomachenko.
Yeah, the Lomachenko fight. I mean, I know Kambosos beat Teo, but it was Kambosos still. So I'm just saying, like, and a lot of the guys he fought were old.
I mean, I give him the credit for Kambosos because. It is what it is. Like Teo,
go to Australia taking them belts, and the way he did.
Yeah, that's a big deal.
it's a big deal. Especially if Campbell beats Loma or something like that. But I just feel like it was a little premature. Maybe it got to Haney's head because even though Haney, they say shit, on the press, for promo, but I felt like he was buying into the hype that, I'm gonna smoke Ryan Garcia because if that wasn't the case,
remember anytime this nigga was hitting the heavy bag, motherfuckers like, oh yeah, he's punching for power. He's gonna knock out Ryan Garcia.
Yeah, he's at 140 now.
He's at 140. Oh, he's like, dude, he didn't knock out Prograde, who was there to be knocked out, who he was hurting.
Yeah. Before,
so the fuck, like, dude, come on, man.
Like,
niggas is overrating that shit.
All Gamboa and Linares' defeats before Devin Haney were by KO. That's all I'm gonna say. Because he didn't stop either one. So it's like, I get it, but when you don't have, you have some keep you honest pop, but clearly you don't have enough power. I don't know. It's against the first elite guy, not against the first guy your age and same size. You couldn't dent him at all. It's just kind of weird. You popped him once. You hit him once. With a good shot, but then he
didn't have the ring IQ to capitalize on it. He got him with that good left hook, rocked him,
and he kind of stayed.
And he just went back to studying him.
Kind of went back when Ryan went forward, because Ryan made a little grimace on his face, like, let's go, let's get at it. I don't know. It was.
And that's the thing too. Remember, like, he never Ryan's an expressive fighter. He's one of those dudes. You look at his face, you could tell how the fight's going. He never got Ryan worried. You see him worried in the Luke Campbell fight. You saw him worried in the Duarte fight.
Yeah, he looked a little more worried in the Duarte fight for sure.
Yeah, he was definitely fucking worried. Even during the shoulder roll, he was worried. With Ryan, with Devin, this nigga laughing, giggling, playing, he doing his hand and shit like Arsenio, like.
Yeah.
Oh man, just wild, bro. I'm sorry, man. Like,
nobody expected that shit. And,
I think boxing won with that one.
Yeah. Well, Golden Boy absolutely won with that one because because right now the highlights is the most trending sports video on YouTube right now. So it's gonna see where Golden Boy is gonna go with that. Because I know Oscar and Bernard have been. Speaking of Bernard too, and I want to make sure this one last group of Twitter I didn't mention, the religious Twitter. Because
God,
yeah, there was
there
was two incidents. Number one, when the decision was being read, this nigga Bernard Hopkins talked about Allahu Akbar to Bill Haney.
Is he Muslim?
Which was weird as fuck because number one, you're saying that to a Christian fighter in his company beating another Muslim boxer. Why would you say that?
Is B-Hop Muslim? He is, right? Yeah.
Yeah, that dude was he's.
Well, they have beef. B-Hop and Bill had the beef, but that was kind of.
But that was weird too. It was like, why would you sell Allahu Akbar to at that particular point? Like, Ryan ain't Muslim.
God is the greatest, though.
Yeah, well, you're not supposed to.
It did sound like a very mocking way. Like he said,
it was.
Mocking.
Yeah, it was weird. Like, why would you say that? That's not like they're Muslims. Like, why would no Muslim ever says that in a mocking way? We're just like, that was fucking weird.
Well, V-Hop, if you ever hear him talk recently, it seems like the punches have kind of taken a little toll on him. I'm not gonna lie.
B-Hop is getting a little punch.
Plus, him and Bill Haney got into it. It's a bloodthirsty sport. Yeah.
Y'all forgot all those damn Tekken 3 damn Hayahachi combos. Kovalev was landed on this nigga in that fight.
Y'all think it's safe to say that Haney and Garcia and Tank are the two biggest names in American boxing? Of American
Haney's up there, definitely.
Haney, I meant Ryan Garcia and Tank Davis.
Fuck yeah.
Haney's
they're like top 5.
They might be top 2. That's why I sold them. It's 1.2.
Dude, it's Tank, Crawford, Haney. Tank, Ryan Garcia, Crawford. And we're talking American, not Mexican American niggas.
Yeah. Just you can count Benavidez, I guess, if you want.
Yeah, you throw Wilder in there.
Benavidez is American.
Yeah. No, but he don't sell it like that. So I'm just saying, in terms of star power,
Benavidez is fucking popular. I give him that.
In terms of star power, yeah, I feel like Tank and
But see, because Benavidez is missing that crazy big event.
Yeah,
Benavidez he makes events, but he hasn't been given one. Like Devin Haney, Lomachenko fight. He's getting these events. Like this Haney fight, the Ryan Garcia events. Big shit.
Yeah,
But hopefully, what's his name? Benavidez get his big
well, he's
shot.
getting a co-main, so that that's not really a big event. He's getting a co-main after leading a pay-per-view event, which is weird. But
That's a good co-main though.
Yeah, but I mean, we can go into that because we can go into that like when it gets closer too. But yeah, I mean, bottom line, I mean, obviously we'll know what the pay-per-view buys are if they were affected by a late surge. I mean, P was there, so I'm pretty sure the Barclays was full because I know the whole thing about arguments. Oh, the seats it's not selling.
Very
It's not
much
selling.
so. Yeah, it was very much so full.
Yeah, so that's it. So I mean, I know, but in Oscar, if you're gonna do another fucking event in New York, put a fucking undercard like don't put the trash undercard in the fucking Barclays like that just to get to the main event. Like Oscar, this nigga
The main event saved the evening, really.
Yeah, like Oscar, like I mean, like he knows better. It's like Golden Boy can make a decent undercard, and yeah, I don't want to putting that shit in New York and expensive seats, and you wonder why niggas aren't like why it wasn't selling like that. Like no, Oscar, you gotta do better with that shit. Like you gotta have a co-main, like you gotta have all that shit, bro. Like you gotta get that was an unacceptable like offer.
Yeah, I'm saving a good co-main so it could be a main event or co-main for another standalone card later. Like, nigga, stack this shit now.
Yeah,
that's like a nigga you go somewhere and order pancakes and then they tell you, we'll bring you. You can come back next week for the eggs and bacon. Like,
yeah. But speaking of just the segue too, like obviously Golden Boy has all this momentum right now. So will it carry on to next weekend where they have a double header? That's going to be. I think this one is in Vegas, right? It should be. It probably is in Vegas. Bless you.
Bless you.
That's in Cali, I think.
Oh, it's in Cali? Okay, shit. Well, yeah, that's right. It probably is in Cali.
Oh, but I thought Ramirez. I thought he was a big name in Cali, huh?
No, it is in Cali. Okay, I'm about to say, yeah. So,
okay.
So, I mean, honestly, Oscar has signed Jose Ramirez, who left Top Rank in there, and like, okay, that's a decent signing. Cool, whatever. But you would think that Oscar would be like, okay, we got someone like Ramirez. Let's get him a good opponent. Who the fuck brought up Francis Barthélemy as his opponent? Like, what do we do? Like, see, honestly, because when their old matchmaker left, their matchmakers began kind of spotty as shit. Like, ain't no way, like, Ramirez, Francis Barthélemy, who in the right mind would make this combination, would make this fucking fight? Like, why? Like, and then you double down. You have Virgil Ortiz, who is your next big star outside of Ryan Garcia. You want to put him in a competitive fight, at least, because you gave him his soft touch from the Rabdo after he came up from Rabdo. You pick up Thomas Delarme. Thomas Delarme hasn't really been a thing since 2019, and he's been getting knocked out kind of left and right. So it's like, okay, is this supposed to be a showcase or is this supposed to be a competitive outing? Like, and the funny thing is too is like Barthélemy and Ramirez, I can see it being more competitive than it probably should be because Barthélemy's kind of he fights well. If you heard us talk about the Barthélemy brothers, I despise every single one of them.
Just horrible, ugly performances.
Yeah,
just not really. They're literally permanently banned from most bodegas.
Yeah, like Jan, Ledwan, Rancis, like all of them.
Run on.
Ass.
Rancis has one of the worst fights ever I can remember in modern time with Barthélemy versus Easter. Yeah, that shit was horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah, like
one of the few fights I actually fell asleep on.
That was what that made me angry because it's like, how am I gonna watch? How am I gonna watch fucking Victor Postal and an Egyptian cat throw hands for 12 rounds in an entertaining fight, and then you motherfuckers that got more power than them don't throw punches at all? Like, the fuck?
Horrible fight.
Yeah, so Oscar, like, honestly, if you're gonna put Ramirez in there, you better make sure Ramirez can knock Barthélemy out, because if this shit goes fucking rounds, I'm gonna be upset because I have to watch this.
We gotta start seeing more knockouts from the name guys. Like, this whole, I don't fight enough, so I'll just make every fight 12 rounds is kind of killing shit. Like,
what round do you think Ramirez will knock Barthélemy out in? What are we thinking?
8.
No fucking idea. Maybe like 9th or 10th.
I'm gonna go 5, and I'm saying that with a prayer.
I hope so.
Damn.
I hope so.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm gonna pay attention because obviously because we're gambling niggas, so I'm gonna look at FanDuel and DraftKings on this fight too because I'm gonna see what that's all about. But meanwhile, for Ortiz and Delorme probably is getting to the point where he probably shouldn't even be fighting anymore. So,
Bro,
honestly,
if Virgil doesn't get him out of there in 4, something is wrong.
yeah, like I mean, honestly, I'm thinking I'm banking on a first round knockout. Ortiz should get him out of there in 1. Yeah, Delorme is like he's finished. Like this shouldn't be a thing anymore for
This
him.
is the guy Bud finished on HBO like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, back when he was good though, he was giving Bud a good little fight too.
Yeah,
I mean, and he almost beat Ugas, and he almost beat Jesse Vargas.
I mean, and it's not, and his body them too,
Yeah, so
Yeah, that Jesse Vargas fight was actually pretty good.
yeah, that was a dope fight too.
Was he champ before? Was he a champ or was he a challenger?
No, he was never a champ.
He challenged for a title a couple times.
Yeah, he competed for some belts, but he never turned the corner though. But
do y'all think real quick? Do y'all think you think they'll match up Conwell for Ortiz for a title eventually?
who?
Since he's some golden boy, Charles Conwell. You think?
I mean, Conwell should have had a shot. Like he's number 1 for one of these.
I think he dropped a couple spots for whatever reason on one of the sanctioning bodies. But I feel like I'm glad Oscar didn't force Conwell to fight Virgil right away. But I feel like they need to eventually fight. I mean, that's a good fight. I mean, I don't know. Do y'all think who would you favor in that fight?
I mean, I would still favor Conwell
over Virgil.
Conwell versus Virgil Ortiz.
Yeah.
Conwell's, I mean, I'll say it's a little small.
That's a good ass fight, actually.
It's a great fight. Yeah, it's a great fight.
Oscar needs to make honestly after Oscar finishes bullshit around with Ortiz and Delorme and shit like that. He needs to make that should be a fight because Oscar has.
Honestly, I feel like what. Make them a double header or something first.
Yeah. They need to make that a double header.
Introduce them, get people like, because like this is too much. Like this whole month is already given to Ryan for his shit. No one's remembering Charles Conwell performance like that. No one's probably going to remember Ortiz knocking out Delorme after
you got to make.
These niggas need a better introduction. Like. Put these niggas on in the fall in a double header, then have them fight next year in January or some shit.
I think Oscar's for a title, but I don't know if there's going to be a title because the Bud fight's going to be for 2 titles in a sense, so it's going to be kind of tough. But I can see that fight happening, but I'm sure Oscar's going to try to make it for a title fight, or
fuck this waiting shit. Remember, we were supposed to have Ortiz and Boots for a title,
Yeah, and I was the one that said that this show for a title early, but then there's I was in the minority with that one. No one thought that was a good idea, but now you see this now.
That's supposed to be the future fight at 140. Hopefully, it happens at 160.
I remember because we had Lukey on and y'all was with the damn make that shit now. We're like, man, that's a big fight. That's a future fight, and look at shit now.
I mean, Ortiz ate himself out of 140.
I can't sell my bad, yo.
I mean, Virgil's a guy who was. I mean. He still has probably a better resume than Boots, but in terms of his momentum and everything,
but he don't have the juice.
Literally, he ate himself out of 140 and 147. You know what I'm saying? With the whole health issues, it's like you should be a champion by now. I know you obviously dropped you kind of ducked Bud. Nobody talks about that, but it's like, I don't know. It's unfortunate.
Like Oscar's matchmaker has to really start playing some shit out because we shouldn't get a doubleheader like this. But then also too, you have a good fight. You have Jojo Diaz and Oscar Duarte on the card.
That is on there. I was wondering if that was on there.
And that's a fire fight. It's probably a crossroads fight for Jojo right now because Jojo might have the top 5 chins in the sport because that motherfucker's faced a whole bunch of punches. I don't think he's been put down. Never mind.
I got Duarte.
You barely see him hurt either.
Yeah. I don't know. I got Duarte stopping him. I think it's a little because Jojo lost his last fight to that guy. I don't know what the guy Perez or something like that.
Yeah, but it was competitive. That's the thing, though. Jojo would be losing competitive fights.
But I feel like
except Zepeda.
This fight's probably gonna be at 140. Jojo is a skinny fat ass. I mean, it's small. He's a small fat ass. Like pause. He's a guy that he's talented, but his bitches are past him. I feel like Oscar Duarte is gonna win that fight probably. He might be.
You think he stops him?
I think he might stop him.
I mean, let's put it this way. If JoJo gets KO'd by Duarte, then JoJo's probably like finished. Because, like I said, because JoJo's been taking, because now he's like Oscar. Because it's funny because Oscar used to move him as like a prospect to eventual contender to champion. Now he's Oscar's jobber to the stars, which is kind of crazy now. Like, you know, he's basically like,
he ducked Schofield. He was supposed to fight Kid Austin, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, so but like I said, that fight is at least worth it on this doubleheader because you know, I mean, that should be a hell of a fight. You know what I mean? Depending if what version of JoJo shows up and what version of Duarte shows up, you know, and truthfully, that fight should have been like the co-main to.
That's what I was saying. It should have been the co-main on the
Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney. That was a quality card. That's a quality fight.
I feel like
I could have switched the Barbosa fight to this.
I felt like with that undercard, I'm not mad at spending the $80 on because the main event was worth it, but I felt like Haney and Garcia like took up all the funds for it because you could tell with the whole card was just like them penny pinching, you know.
Yeah. So this is why I say boxing need to go back to like some type of like y'all got to get rid of the pay-per-views because imagine if there was no paywall for this type of fight. This would literally get Super Bowl coverage,
right?
Like, and that's the thing that niggas be missing out on. Because if it got this type of coverage, niggas would be trying to make boxing media, niggas would be trying to make boxing video games, boxing media, boxing this, if everybody saw this fight for free. Or, I mean, if it was just available to everybody, no paywall. Sponsors, all that shit. Come on, bro. Like,
like I said, right now, obviously, because we're getting into the month where there's gonna be like fights upon fights. Like, I mean, the next like month or 5 weeks are gonna be crazy with fights outside of, you know, after the doubleheader and shit like that. So it's like, and most of them are pay-per-views, and it really shouldn't be. Like, it's like, like Top Rank is the only one that's not putting on a pay-per-view, and they actually managed to actually have a schedule, you know, and like, you know, they need to be more like Top Rank. Like, they have to be saying, okay, some fights just don't need to be on pay-per-view like that. And
y'all niggas make everything pay-per-view. Like, it really isn't. Like you know, what happened to the damn World Championship boxing nights? Like, y'all niggas try to just make everything pay, and it's like, for what? Like the engagement, y'all not already sharing shit enough on Twitter and all these other platforms. Y'all already not killing it. Just make a fucking free fight, Fox, whatever, regular shit, free app, whatever the fuck. Let everybody see that shit and just go ham.
Yeah, because it's like, you know, because everyone's trying to keep up with the Joneses now. I mean, obviously it's different now with the Saudis getting involved in these events and shit like that, which is a good segue into our last topic of the night. You know, obviously, you know, His Excellency, which I'll call him that. You know, I know niggas don't be calling him that, but I'll call him that. You know, Turkey.
Y'all Excellency. That's y'all Excellency. But he's warming up to me, bringing the card to US. Because that's my man great, you know.
Yes, you know, he's best. You know, I mean, on Wednesday he's
just bring a good card though. Jeez.
Yeah, I mean, on Wednesday, you know, he's going to announce his first American venture. You know, main evented by Terrence Crawford and Israel Madrimov. You know, which, you know, okay, you know, that's, and you know, honestly, if you watch Madrimov when he won the belt, that motherfucker was like, oh yeah, inshallah, yes, please bring me back, please. You know, he was bad because he was like, you know, he was getting gassed up just fighting on that shit. So I already knew, like, if there was gonna be like if he said, okay, yeah, we'll give you a fight against Crawford, he'd take that shit in a heartbeat. You know, and then they just announced. You know, they leaked the undercard for that shit. You know, we have in one fight we have Andy Ruiz, you know, after, you know, coming back from, you know, two years and trouble and surgery, facing Jarrell Big Baby Miller, who I'm surprised isn't in jail for, you know, for what he pulled at the
Hollywood,
yeah. So how
this nigga get another fight?
Yeah, honestly, I thought he was in jail because I was like, wow, okay, they must have found him somewhere. Like,
yo, this nigga did some Uncle Phil ass shit to get out of this one.
Yeah, I'm serious because that's what I was surprised about. I was like, God damn! Like,
I wonder how much of that Saudi payday he had to break. So he definitely had to break some.
That's what I'm saying. Like, what you do to get, like, because those were some There was some OJ the Juice Man charges.
Yeah, because I'm like, dude should be in jail right now. Like, we're facing the music. Because that's why I'm surprised. Okay,
if it's his first offense, if he was a repeat offender or something like that, maybe.
I don't think this nigga is a first offense anything. At this point, I think it's a.
I know, right? Not first offense for cheating. Not first offense for none of that.
Yeah, I mean, whatever they say he did that shit, yo.
He a good fight. It's a good fight. I think Andy is a better pedigree. Andy should win that.
Honestly, I'm not really impressed by this fight like this, bro. It's just two fat fucks.
You could have
fighting.
You could have gave Andy a better opponent, but it's enough of a
this is a showcase. I'm being nice to Andy. I want him to come back and see if he could make a name for himself fight. That's what that is.
I mean, Andy's name, because I remember Andy's name was floated around. The first name floated around. It's going to be on the undercard. Obviously, it being in California, the first, Turkey Al Sheikh's, first California card. That's why we got a lot of Mexicans on it. I'm not.
I mean, Andy Ruiz has already gone to Saudi payday, and that's the whole reason why dude is moving how he's moving, because he got paid and he's like,
he was the first guy. Was Turkey involved in that AJ Ruiz fight? Was that him?
He might. I'm pretty sure he probably was, but he was probably lower profile.
I remember he was faded and drunk on one of those broadcasts commentary.
Andy Ruiz he got paid, and that's the whole reason why dude is like, what, I don't have to box anymore like that. Like, look, I got this nigga paid me paid me $20 million, so I'm good.
It was crazy seeing that, like him, like literally blowing cash on, having crazy parties and shit. Like he literally
fried Snickers and shit.
He literally stereotyped the boxer getting money and blowing money fast.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, some fighters and funny too is Andy Ruiz can actually fight. Andy Ruiz has skills, but like sometimes when his discipline has always been the hindrance to his career. Now, of course, when you put money in the equation, it's like, I fight, whatever, shit.
Yeah. So money didn't change him. It just exaggerated the bad shit he do. Like,
yeah,
that's all that shit did. Like, he always been undisciplined, and it just made shit worse. I always say this: his trainer caught the toughest break out of all of that shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Manny Robles. Like, his trainer got him to that point though, and then they cut him and he cut him loose, which is fucked up.
Blamed him on some bullshit, but it was your fucking fat ass. They didn't want to train, nigga.
Exactly, But so we'll see what Andy can do, and then of course we have Isaac Cruz, facing Rayo, which is I have my issues with that, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be
a great fight. Fuck that.
I'm pretty sure they're gonna bring the excitement. Someone is getting knocked out in that fight, And then we have the one fight that shouldn't be like this, and I think we can all agree that this is a nonsense fight with LSC versus Mares 3, which is just complete nonsense. Like, no, like we have LSC who hasn't fought in about a couple of years now, and we have Mares who hasn't won a fight in about 7 years, and who has clear eye damage. His eye, like you hear him, you see him on the broadcast. He takes off his shades. His eyes aren't parallel or none of like that shit. Like that boy's eyes are cooked. So the fact that he's getting back in the ring again, like this is the equivalent of Marquez Vasquez 4 to me. Like that shouldn't be, and without the classic shit behind it. So I'm hoping that maybe because Mares can't. Because due to his condition, he can't fight in New York, but in California, he could probably get licensed.
That was the wrong trilogy for Cruz. Like, we always wanted the Frampton trilogy, but y'all keep force feeding this Abner Mares shit.
Yeah, funny things too, and I never, because people used to go gaga over the first fight. I'm like, Mares got iced and won by Johnny Gonzalez. People like that's not. LSC should have at least been able to stop it. He couldn't dent him in 24 rounds. Like, what are we talking? Like,
and it was a rough, action, ugly fight. Like, it wasn't a bad fight, but it wasn't the great fight they kept trying to tell us. Like, now right. Frampton Santa Cruz 1 was a great fight. Mm-hmm. But like, I don't know what the fuck they talking about with this Mares Leo Santa Cruz.
And Mares already has other great fights that are a lot better than
Thank you. Like, what the fuck? Like the Yanni Perez fight.
I kind of got back into boxing like around their trilogy or whatever, their second fight or whatever, and it always felt like PBC's low budget diet version of their their Morales burger. I'm just saying, like, I'm not trying to. It's blasphemy to even mention that, but I'm saying it's like they're trying to make it like that because I got again I got back to the boxing. PBC trying to make it like like just how you're trying to make Marcus Brown like he was a real champ. Like they were trying to build that up like that.
It always did it, and the only thing was it's just LSC was just able to outwork Morris in both fights. That was all he did. Like it wasn't like he them or anything like that. It
wasn't like a fun, entertaining outwork. It was like a labored outwork. You know what I mean? Like
didn't Murray fight recently? I mean, didn't he fight recently? Morris?
Yeah, he got a draw. He couldn't. Yeah, he couldn't. Yeah, because and he you could tell he was far gone too. Because like for someone, Morris at one point was a pound for pound fighter. Like dude was a legit pound for pound fighter, and he was able to get niggas out of there. That Morris was not there in that fight. Like he was struggling with a gatekeeper and got a draw. Like the gatekeeper hadn't beat anyone in a minute either. So it's like
that was supposed to be an easy touch for him.
Yeah, that was supposed to be a layup for him, but he couldn't get a win off that. Like so when you can't beat that type of level of opponent, you don't need to be fighting anymore. It's just like that nonsense Berto Guerrero 2 fight. Like that should have never happened. Some things need to be. Some things just need to be left in the past.
Like they kept thinking that was Ortiz Berto, and it's like no.
Yeah, no, like that Berto had no punch resistance left, which was kind of sad to see.
Seeing somebody who's always had bad defense have to get bad punch resistance is like ugh.
Yeah,
because you think they're gonna like die every time they get hit.
And this is Robert Guerrero. It's not like it's like he was a known puncher. Every single time Guerrero was landing something on his ass, that motherfucker was just like he wasn't reacting the right way. Like
his body was shaking up. It's like I don't like to see no shit like that. That's the Haney shit. It remind me of the Haney shit. And at least that's Garcia hit hard. But if the ghost is fucking making you do all that wiggle shit and like you done, bro.
Yeah, you need to just sit down and just enjoy your millions. And that's what Morris and LSC need to. LSC especially, to enjoy your millions for, just your paydays of $750,000 to $1 million to fight jobbers, in your prime.
Yeah. Like y'all niggas do something else. Like get a boxing gym, something, do something. Like y'all want to still be boxing. Like I don't even care if you just did some Chavez Senior shit where you just do little bullshit fights and you just have your events for yourself and your fans. Hey, if you want to do that. But if you like trying to really make big fights like this and you're on cards and it's like, dude, yo.
Yeah, go on a Freeview card. Or something like that. Like I
don't even mind if this was a Freeview fight. I don't mind that either. But really, like y'all doing a prime opener slot for this?
Yeah. My only thing is either that or His Excellency is a fan of one of these fighters, or it's just that, or they cut a deal, or because PBC because Turkey took pictures with some PBC officials and shit like that. So I wouldn't be surprised if maybe take these guys and put them on this card, and then we'll.
Yeah, niggas had a deal. It was I feel like how much do you love PBC? He's like, I love PBC so much where I would make Abner Morez Leo Santa Cruz 3 if I could. Really? Well, hey, Abner. Hey, come on down.
Al Heyman or the PBC matchmakers, it's like a feel out. They threw some of their guys out there for that card, but not
the wrong fucking feel out. Who was y'all gonna bring out next?
No, I mean the Edwin Pitbull fight's a good fight. Not Edwin, I'm sorry. The Pitbull El Rayo fight's a good, that's a great matchup.
Yeah, of course.
Even though people want the Edwin rematch with El Rayo.
That fit is really just a double header. Like the Crawford fight's good. Well, the Crawford fight's solid. I ain't gonna call it good. The Boots fight is good. This is solid.
Like El Rayo Pitbull, to me, it seems like it has potential.
That's a good fight.
Either it's going to be one of the better fights this year, or we're going to get a KO of the year, sort of some shit going on for sure.
I think either one could happen. Honestly, when I told my sister about it right before the podcast, she was like, "Damn, that could be his own main event." I'm like, "Yeah, but fucking
on a free card, maybe one, but not, yeah, but that would."
Dude, Isaac Cruz and Rayo ain't its own main event.
Not for a pay-per-view, no.
Nah, fuck Dove not for no pay-per-view.
No,
nigga.
but I'm saying like if Prime had a Showtime triple header, model of the free ones, yeah, that's a clear cut. Definitely.
Yeah, that's a hard main event, bro. But a pay-per-view, that's a good co-main.
Yeah, it's a great co-main for a pay-per-view.
And I feel like honestly, that needs to be the prerequisite for co-mains. Your co-main has to be a good enough main event by itself on a regular card in order to be a co-main. If you look at it like that,
or
boxing will just be better, nigga.
If you look at it like it could better be a better, more exciting than the main event,
Yeah. And I low-key kind of like the main event. It just I just say like the whole hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. I'm sorry.
I am a Crawford stan, but I'm not gonna lie. This Majimov fight scares me a little bit. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It just seems like
the way the underdog's been doing shit. I don't know.
This year, I feel like Tank or Crawford might lose. Those are my two favorite fights right now. But I feel like they've been doing.
I feel like that's a poll topic for tomorrow.
Oh, who's that video? I don't know. It's like
who that's something King P will fucking hit me up with. Hey, I got a poll topic idea. Hey, out of these four, who has the best chance of pulling an upset? And then you got Frank Martin, you got Madrigal.
People are calling Madrigal like I've heard Triple G, but I
niggas just be on some bullshit with this baby Triple G shit.
Somebody compare him to a little mini Usyk, and I can see a little bit of the same. I'm just saying like he's one of those. He's not like one of those fraud. He ain't no Beck the Bully. Sorry, I know Pat used to fuck with Beck the Bully tough. He ain't no Beck the Bully ass nigga. He seemed like he's a shit. So it's like Crawford started at lightweight.
Most people. Again, because I know again too.
Crawford be the favorite. Crawford be the favorite. But I'm just saying. I know.
I think from what because when this fight was kind of like announced or whatever. Obviously people were kind of dead playing Madrigal because either they've never watched him before or just assumed that he was a scrub. But like I said, out of the 154 champions currently right now, he's probably the one that could pose more problems to Crawford because Fondara will get picked apart by Crawford. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
If Zeus didn't have that cut in, did what he was supposed to do, obviously. But yeah, imagine.
But I heard Crawford was offered the Zoo fight first, so
Yeah, Crawford would have fought Zoo, but of course, we got
Crawford would be the favorite. But Zoo, a guy that's in his prime years, and Crawford is 37, first fight at 154. I know it's not and he's not gonna. If Crawford does win, he's not gonna get the credit he deserves because he's a random Euro bum. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be one of those situations.
That's his fault, bro. Because you set us up. You already told us a better, more popular fighter is a nobody. So when you fight somebody lesser than that, you can't expect niggas to give you all that credit. This is why you don't run your mouth and downplay other niggas.
Yeah. Again, also to mention, I think Turkey Al-Sheikh is trying to maybe eventually make Ennis versus Bud, this year. So maybe if Ennis moves.
I heard Crawford versus Canelo. I ain't hear no shit about no Ennis versus.
No, I saw that too. I saw both of those floated around. It's kind of it is funny though. Benavidez, Turkey wants to make Benavidez versus the winner of 175. He's not even trying to do the Canelo fight. It's kind of funny.
Because dude, Canelo was so ducking this shit. It's like motherfuckers can't be bothered no more. And honestly, I just feel like with Canelo, niggas is low key hoping Munguia beat his ass. And after this Ryan Garcia shit, I know a lot of niggas is gonna be hoping Munguia beats Canelo because
let's put it this way. If
niggas want to start seeing new sets of fights, if these niggas ain't gonna make the fights that we want to see in the first place.
If Munguia beats Canelo, obviously the Golden Boy will probably be really truly back in that light that they used to have, because you won't be able to tell Oscar nothing if Munguia beats the shit out of Canelo.
Of course, because this is the thing, at least Devin Haney was already moving right. He got he caught a tough break. But Canelo ain't been moving right in a long time. And
yeah, Berlanga's supposedly
next up. God see that shit, bro.
Did y'all see that Berlanga's supposedly next up in WBA now that Morrell moved up for that?
Yeah. But it's what Canelo saying. It's the whole, I need 300 mil for this fight. I need this for that. I can fight anybody and make that money. Benavidez, what I'm going to pay him for, he's going to come in 20 pounds, this, that. And this is a nigga who has a fight at super middleweight that's already fought at light heavyweight twice saying this.
Yeah. I
don't like to say the P word in boxing. because like I really truly respect these niggas and for putting it on the line and this and that, but I ain't gonna lie, that's the pussiest sounding shit I've heard in my life coming from a boxer. I just have to say it, bro. That's the pussiest shit I've ever heard. Like he's literally saying I'm ducking this nigga, like literally, and it's just a bad look. So the boxing guys hear that shit.
Yeah, so but it's like I say, the boxing is like I said. I mean, there's like boxing is moving in a lot of different directions, but we'll just have to see what becomes of it in terms of what we get for these fights or whatever. Because like I said, it's like I said. I mean, boxing is buzzing. Just now to see where it's buzzing to.
Yeah, but it's good though. Like boxing is in a good place. I just feel like it the auxiliary. You know how you got auxiliary credentials, auxiliary media.
Yeah,
like all the auxiliary parts of boxing need to just I swear we need that boxing game. We need some more boxing movies. Put some boxing niggas. Like Creed can't be the only boxing series we have to look for at every 4 years.
right.
Like we need to see to capitalize on all this shit. Like god damn, bro. Like the fact that niggas keep bringing up O'Malley and all these other motherfuckers who ain't got shit to do with hands just lets me know like people like you need extra shit for boxing. Like
right.
Boxing what we have right now isn't enough boxing for everybody. You gotta have more boxing in different media and different things, because like it's at that point where it's like, oh man, this sport is growing good. So yeah, like it's just in a good spot. I want to see more, and hopefully the whole Crawford LA shit goes good. And like Pat said, it just boxing's going in a lot of different directions, but it's going places. Like that's the biggest thing.
Right.
It ain't just going in a circle or just running in place. It's making fucking moves. So
or stagnating, which is
exactly.
which is what it kind of was doing a little bit. It's like, but
it was because I think I complained about it. Like, damn, this year ain't seem like it's getting there yet. Now, you know what it is? It's always April that kind of kicks shit off.
Right. Sometimes it's March because
sometimes March Madness.
Yeah, because the fun thing is too is like honestly, because for most boxing, it's very rare that the year starts off with only 2017 does where it starts off with absolute wars, but then it cooled off. That was the problem with 2017. 2017 was like the rarity in the last 10 years where it started off with so many fucking wars and then it cooled off. And then it usually takes a little bit, it takes a little, even 2019 and 2013, these were great. Those were like godly years, but they started off cold too. And then
2019 wasn't cold. It took a while to simmer. It was low key heating up every month because the right fights were made. Mm-hmm. It wasn't until Laura Castaño until it seemed like you saw some steam from the stove, and then Lipinets and Peterson, and we're like, oh shit, like, hey mama, like the rice on fire. Mm-hmm. And then April, nigga. So yeah. Cause cold is like we getting the horrible, like we're getting the goddamn, like we're getting Robert Easter Bartholomew in January 1st.
Yeah.
No,
that's cold, nigga.
Boxing did it in a great place because obviously 2023 was a great year, and there's a good chance 2024 could surpass it. Maybe it's still early, but I'm just saying, like, I don't know, the momentum of boxing, is picking up.
Well, the one thing that has to change for this year in terms of, because like I said, and we've mentioned it before, like the best fights of the years have been the B levels. The B levels have been given the wars.
Ford Tibet, right?
Yeah,
that's kind of changing now because
I'm saying Better Beef Bivol is like the most 50-50 fight in long. I know Spence Crawford, was kind of 50-50, I guess, but I'm just saying in terms of all the belts on the line, everything on the line.
I'm talking about like odds 50-50.
Yeah, no, literally, shouts out to my Discord. Like literally, with a bot poll, it's 50-50. Everything, the money and everything along the lines is like 50-50. That's Hopefully
But
that
basically,
delivers.
basically this year it needs to have a high level fight of the year. Like, I mean, right now, I mean,
Yeah.
Ford and Odebeck, I mean, depending on how you see them, like, I mean, it's by far the best fight this year that's aired so far. But it's,
Inoue Neri
That
coming
had some
up,
of the best moments that aired, let alone the overall fight. Like,
Inoue Neri to me is a fight I've wanted for a bit now, so we're getting that.
yeah,
You know.
ain't no way gonna destroy this nigga. In a way, had his last. In a way, entertaining fights comes every 3 years, bro. I'm sorry, guys. Like,
I'm not even that high on
he's
Fury
beating the
Usyk,
shit out of
but
Neri.
the Fury Usyk fight is damn intriguing. You know, but both better be for Fury Usyk. One of them's got to deliver a classic, right? I hope. Shit.
Right now, like the fights on paper, we like the right fights on paper have to be made. They are made right now. We just need them to deliver because I mean, we have this between now and like June. Like we have a whole May is like literally every fucking week. It's like supposed to be some fire fights. So,
But the upsets is what been helping, and then these pay-per-view main events that have been going hard, like Fundora, Zoo.
Mm-hmm.
Not only was it an upset, it was an intriguing, like it was a bloody fight, like a big fight.
Mm-hmm.
Like Haney and Garcia upset, but then it's like you had like dramatic shit, you had knockdowns, you had fuckery.
Mm-hmm.
So I think what helps the sport is when the big names or the elite guys, the main events, when they start having these types of fights where they're memorable or something memorable happens. I remember even Joshua was just icing Ngannou that came and went.
Oh yeah, I mean that had to sign some MMA cats because the MMA cats were kind of smelling themselves a little bit after.
Yeah, that shut them niggas up, but they still pop up every now and then. Because what's this shit niggas is saying? I ain't never seen a left hook like this in MMA or a left hook like this in boxing. And I'm like, you don't stop that stupid shit. Oh shit! Hey, what it do, Anthony Manzano? What it do, MOB? What's good?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I missed some of your streams past few weeks. Man, it's all good. Damn, you came in here late though, because we actually about to wrap this up. But
so someone's gotta go to bed soon because I gotta go.
Yeah, we about to actually like we on the outro part of the damn podcast. Like the beat changed up. You know what I mean? Like.
But looking for you though, you'll be able to listen to this shit very shortly. Like this, going over, obviously what happened with Ryan Garcia and Devin Haney, and then the shit that's coming up this weekend, and then the shit that's gonna be coming up in the next like couple of months or so for boxing, man. So yeah, and then you have we have our music episodes and everything. So yeah, listen to all that shit, bro.
Yeah, you definitely got some shit in the archives, like we've been going hard, and we also got monetized now. We YouTube partners. But I don't know if he was even there when we were celebrating that shit. But we on that level now too. So you want to drop some in the super chat? Go ahead, bro. We ain't stopping you. But yeah, man, you know how it is.
But yeah, let's get ready to get out of there because I know I need to go get some sleep so I can go to the gym. I can wake up to go to the gym in the morning. King P, you got any final thoughts?
Great weekend of boxing, or a great main event of boxing. Another fucking trash out of here. Fuck out of here. It was good to go to the fight in person. Nice little crowd. Nice big crowd, actually. You know what I'm saying? So it was fun.
Was it better than your WrestleMania crowds, nigga?
No. No, that's because this was the most casualist of casual fucking fans. Like, yeah, no, it was not. That was just annoying. I had to explain this to somebody that, like, he's like, wait, so I thought when you get 3 knockdowns, you automatically win the fight. I'm like, oh,
that's that in every state, bro.
Yeah, so that was not fun.
Let me ask real quick, Pete. Were the biddies out there? Was the eye candy looking good? I'm just wondering.
Yes, they were. Unfortunately, they weren't in my section, and unfortunately, I had the unfortunate thing of sitting next to an Optimus Prime. If you know, you know.
And probably always be asking the right questions, though. Salute to that nigga.
Hard-hitting questions. No
yeah.
That's kind of a funny.
It was out.
We got a hard-hitting answer on that one, though.
Yeah. Robots in control.
Yeah, so. And then some bitch that was behind me that whole fight between Barboza and McComb, she caught McComb with a flag on his trunks that kind of set her off. And the whole fucking fight, she was just going on and on about it. And like it took everything in me to not just turn around and say, "Shut up, bitch." Like, you know what? I'm not gonna get kicked out. I'm gonna just leave and go get some snacks because this fight's boring me anyway. Probably why I noticed it so much because I was being bored by the fucking fight. I'm just noticing this bitch behind me just going on and ranting about the damn flag and all this shit. So like, yeah, nah, I'm good.
Damn, you can't take every bitch to a fight, man.
Yeah, and they were like, the funny thing is, it was like a group of like 7 people behind. Like they were all together, and they were all from Miami. So
I'm sorry you had to deal with that.
Not fun, but yeah. Otherwise, great event. Boxing at the Clay is always great. I can't wait for them to bring it back. So those years of from 2015 to 2018 spoiled me with boxing, and ever since then, I've been trying to regain that feeling. But it's a start.
Yeah, how I feel about when Mohegan used to have boxing consistently, and now that they don't, which pisses me off.
Yeah. But other than that, fun time. Other than that, you know what it is, ringgangradio.com. You know where to find us at. YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. More content coming on the way. We out.
Hey, Pilot, you got any final thoughts?
No, let's wrap this. Let's pack this shit up like how Garcia did Haney. I'm good. Shouts out to everybody listening. You know where to check us out at. We might be back Thursday with the 3 the hard way. No Diddy.
There you go. No Diddy. You had to put that disclaimer there because it is almost once. So you got to put that disclaimer there. Word up. Hey, yo, LB.
Hold on. It's Rome, Pilot, and Shutter. Like no, chill. No Diddy. It's 3 the hard way though.
Yo, LB. You got any final thoughts, bro?
Oh yeah, we wrapping this shit up because nigga got to get on my pretty shit, get in this gym. You know what I mean, get these. So when I duck right hands, I could clinch and be as strong as Devin Haney and Richardson Hitchens when I'm getting out boxed. So yeah. Nah, bullshit, nigga. We shoulder rolling and jabbing. We ain't getting these. We ain't having these niggas make us look bad, nigga. I ain't trying to eat no left hooks, nigga. They not good for you. They, you know what I mean? But yeah, Saturday, hopefully it's decent little fight. I may or might not watch it live. I don't know, because it should be. But yeah, last Saturday, decent fight, good, great weekend of boxing. Everything ended up being good. Glad y'all came in the chat rocking with us. Make sure y'all tune in. We're gonna be having more articles, more videos, more content. Might try to go live a couple times with the training sessions. Haven't, been able to again since that first time, but we'll see. I just put up another sparring video with one of my students, courtesy of Rome Top 5, with the filming credits. You know what I mean? We do this at nighttime. We get it in grimy, because we love this boxing shit. So just stay tuned, see how we do things, my nigga. So
Word.
Peace from me, man.
Word up. So yeah, no, I don't got too much to add on. Other than we thank you for your support, and I gotta say one more time that we got super chats, super stickers, all that super shit. We got the supers. And we also got the dollar signs on our videos now because it's a new day. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, if you feel like you want to bless us or whatever, feel free. Feel free to do so. Because we do the shit for y'all. We do the shit that you want and need. Bring it to you all the hottest shit out there. Because Ring Gang is the squad and everything. So yeah, listen, like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, and we can all be friends. And I know Rob D's, get some basketball talk or whatever. And yes, get into, get onto your FanDuel, your DraftKings, and continue to gamble, but gamble responsibly. I gotta figure, like I said, because I have not been gambling responsibly, but it is what it is, man. I know what I signed up for.
Very honest, I feel it.
Yeah, what I'm saying. But yeah, so for myself, Pat Scorpio, the New England representative, for LB Shuttleworth, the God, the GOAT artist, for King P. Bodega B, and for Constance Pilot. This has been another wonderful episode of Real Talk, where, as always, if shit's real, we talk about it. So until next time, peace.
Tell everyone.